to original box set and our Iron Kingdom's awesomeness. I'm Cassie, and I will be your GM for the evening. And make sure we've got that going. Okay, we've got that going. Good. We're doing some last minute make sure everything's working stuff. And it looks like everything is working. So that's success. Yep. Alright. If anyone is logged in, if you could let us know how our volume levels are, that would be fantastic. And if not, well, that's that sucks.
Okay.
Let's see, what do we got here? Alright.
Is that background music?
It is background music.
Okay.
This background music is called Hermit Hut.
Excellent. I thought I was tripping for a minute. It was like
hallucinating.
Yep. Is everybody logged into Roll20 for the game?
Yes.
Because that's where you're going to hear the cool whatever music I decide to put on.
Heck yeah, she's a DJ and GM. A GDG, GM, DJ.
Yeah, that's
what?
right.
Oh.
Whew. So, this weekend has been extremely eventful, and well, over this past week has been extremely eventful, and so, I feel a little bit loopy. I'm gonna try to get into it as quickly as possible. What we will start off with is a recap of what you guys have done so far from the last game session. Or do we want to make our announcement first?
Ooh, no, we should do announcements at the end.
Nah, we're gonna
No?
do it now.
You want to do it now?
We'll do it now, and then we'll do it at the end.
Okay.
So,
Double tap.
yep. We do have a pretty awesome announcement. Well, first off, number one, we are Twitch affiliates, so if you haven't already followed our channel, go ahead and give us a follow, and you will know whenever we go live. And if you're feeling especially generous, you can also subscribe. I have not yet set up the Streamlabs for donations and stuff yet, but that's going to be coming here in the next couple weeks, and I'm really excited about it. So, announcement number two. Starting pretty soon,
Very soon.
like November-ish soon, we're going to be changing the way that we run our games.
Format change up.
Format change up, thank you. We've determined that we really enjoy playing a campaign, or at least part of a campaign, all the way through, and it's been really difficult switching between Shadowrun and Iron Kingdoms and other things. So we have decided that we are going to
Focus fire.
on one specific game for like a month, you know, a month to 2 months of us running through the game, getting through like the chapter, so to speak, and
Yes.
then leaving you on a cliffhanger, and then
Continuity.
moving to another game.
Followed by some drama.
Yes.
So one of the big things about this was a private game that we've been doing for a while has come to a very interesting finale, and so there's available time, and we started mixing up the schedule, and we said we really want to be able to focus in more, and it works.
Yep.
And so we hope that you guys listening get an opportunity to see more of our story faster. It'll provide that story to come out faster, like, you know, the Shadowrun game several weekends in a row, or the Iron Kingdoms game several weekends in a row.
Yeah. That way you guys are able to hear the whole story, and you don't have to remember everything all the time. And it benefits us as well in the same way. So we're going to be testing that out probably in November-ish. October here, we're going to be cleaning up all the loose ends with Shadowrun. And then after that, we're going to move over and finish this chapter of Iron Kingdoms, because
Yep.
they are not really even close to halfway done yet.
Important note, our schedule for December is really blank. That's because we take a break during December time.
We do. We focus on our families. We focus on eating a lot of food,
A lot of
and
food.
and GMs need a bit of a break too. So that we take December as our month off. So heads up, December, we're gonna be we won't be around.
Hasta la vista,
But
baby.
until then, we have games to run.
Heck yeah.
So, welcome to the Iron Kingdoms. Our adventurers have been asked / hired / feel the need to assist both Father Pender Dumas and Captain Julian Hellstrom of Corvus. They have tasked our adventurers with finding Alexia, who has... Oh, good call. Shattered Isles is always going to be there. We're not taking a break from Shattered Isles in December. This is specifically for our Sunday games.
This is for OBS.
Yeah. Because that's over on
Shadowcasters.
We're committed to doing that, and that's going to stay as is. It's just our games that we run over here are going to be taking a break from. So
we sold our souls to Bobby, and in exchange we got some cool superpowers. So we have to do a show. We're bound to it. The contract's around here somewhere. I can find it later.
All right. But our adventurers have hired a boat to take them through a nameless swamp. And, well, not a nameless swamp. Apparently it's the nameless swamp.
That's its name, the Nameless Swamp.
Yep. And because of that, you guys have, had a pretty nice ride all the way through until you've gotten to the... and you've arrived at the swampy village where...
That was not his name, though. It was
it's called Krim.
Yes.
Population now 12. And you have Yashirim, who was very interested in finding out why there was now only 12 people there. What happened to the 13th? And at the end of the session, you discovered that the 13th passed away from a heart attack.
Yep.
And you also almost had a heart attack.
Freaked out, man.
Yeah. Apparently, I was asking a little too many questions, and they thought they'd play a little game of scare the city folk on me.
Fair. That's the best game.
Yep, then you did the, I got a gun! Oh, crap, everyone's got bigger guns!
A gun.
Everybody and their mums packing around here.
You ain't from around here. You from the city. You got a ton of gun.
So you all have, the reason why you've stopped at Krim is that Squint, the captain of the boat, is going to be procuring some libations, because apparently they are brewers of a very special kind of alcohol.
It's called Kick Your Ass.
We got to try it at the bar, didn't we?
You did,
did.
and it did kick your ass.
Yeah.
Well, it kicked his ass.
I don't remember if I tried it. I think I stepped away from the bar at that time.
I'm not really sure.
I think you took a shot and then you started to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's when he started to pick on people. And
Yeah.
the swamp people were not happy about being picked on.
And Thomasina got a sip too.
Oh,
That's
yes, she
true.
did. That's
Yes.
right.
Thomasina, Emmett's young charge. He's teaching her everything she needs to know about
Drinking with swampies.
drinking with swampies.
Life. Life, the universe, and everyone.
Emmett's a
And
good role
Eric.
model.
Someone should tell them that these humans, that the answer is 6 times 7.
That may be the ultimate question.
So you are currently outside having a smoke.
Yes.
While John Yashirim is currently in the bar, getting slapped repeatedly on the back by still laughing patrons of the bar slash town hall slash rec center slash counting house slash police station slash judge slash bar.
Exactly.
So and I
brewhouse.
am laughing, trying to make it look like I'm laughing with them, and not like I'm nervous laughing, just so the situation will be over faster.
Crying a little bit.
I'm not crying.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm just trying to bluff them into think I'm laughing with them,
Right.
and not totally nervous out of my city pants.
City pants. Excellent. So, Inari, were you there for it, or did you stay on the boat?
No, I went in. I took a shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And Nefera and Agon, you guys are still in the bar at this point?
Yes.
Yes.
Dang, that door creaked in the thing. I'm like, that sounds cool. Somebody just came back in the bar. Or left. Anyway. Well, so, tell me what's going on, guys.
Thomasina and I walk out into the porch, look for a place to sit and enjoy the heat, because that's probably what all these people have is heat and alcohol. I'm getting her some fresh air. She just took a drink of some pretty strong stuff.
She's quite flushed.
I'm going to have her sit, and we're just going to sit quietly and listen to the water lap against the dock beams and look at the water, look at the boat. I'm going to pull out my cigarettes, and I'm going to roll. I have one roll, probably. So I'm just going to light up with one of my little lighter.
Mm-hmm.
And tip my hat and just enjoy the afternoon. I mean, I'm waiting on the captain at this point in time.
Yep.
I'm just going to watch her, mind her. I mean, this is one of a big step for her. I want to make sure she doesn't, take it the wrong way or do anything silly.
Okay.
Or she starts to throw up and want to mind her,
Yeah. Good plan.
That's all I'm going to do right now.
Okay.
Oh, and drink.
So she decides to sit down on the edge of the. You'll notice on the picture here, the little edges of the walkways. You can have a seat down on them and dangle your feet. Yeah, and you won't touch the water because it's not high tide right now. So you're good to go if you wanted to sit down and.
I will
Dangle.
join her. I will join her and dangle my feet over the edge too.
Sit down and dangle.
Yep.
Ciao for those ones.
Meanwhile, in the bar, hey, let's go ahead and get them on around, yeah. So they're like pouring more hooch.
Oh yeah, because I'm slapping my hand on the bar,
Yep.
saying, "Yeah, this one's on me." Because now I got to make them comfortable so I can ask them more
Oh
questions.
God.
Okay.
Nefera's going to give Anari a look like you be the sensible one this time, and walk out and do like essentially a pull up onto the first story roof.
Mhm.
I'm assuming the bar's like the one, and just sit and be a gargoyle there.
Okay, so you walked out of the bar, and then you've climbed up on top of the rusted tin roof that they got?
Yep.
Excellent. It's a little, slimy, but you make it work.
And then then probably Nox is gonna come down off her shoulders, and they're just gonna sit and taking the feel of the land.
Okay. Agon?
I'm just gonna sit around.
Okay.
I might order another drink.
Okay, well, another shot is currently being placed in front of you as you consider ordering another drink. It's like they read your mind.
Excellent. I will look at the others. Have they taken another shot?
Their shots are being. What you see right now is that all of there's these glasses that are in varying states of chipped and cleanliness are all lined up in a row, and they've got this big clay jug that they're just literally starting up one end and then pouring all the way across the bar, filling all of the little cups, splashing stuff onto the counter. And he's like, it's good to clean up the bar too. So
Okay, yeah, I'll take the shot and drink it.
okay, you guys are awfully quiet.
It's a quiet, slow town. It's
It
infecting
is.
us like a spell.
No, we're starting a party. I'm starting a party here at the bar.
He's starting a party.
Having
I don't
shots with these swampies, because now that we're friends and all,
Okay.
we can ask him about like the temple and stuff. If anything weird has been happening recently, because us city folk, we hear stories, but how much of it can we really believe? and then I take my shot.
So what exactly? So you just kind of randomly threw out there, like,
No,
oh,
no.
what about like a temple, and what about weird stuff, and what I've never been here. So and then you just take the shot, like you mumble out like 3 questions in a row, and then you take the shot.
No. So it'll be shot, and then sorry, I'm yelling. And then we laugh a little bit, like joke, but oh yeah, that was funny, haha.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good. And maybe we have another shot.
Okay.
Always another shot.
And then, yeah.
Inari, are you keeping up shot for shot with these right now? You don't have your chaperone to tell you not to.
No, I'm not taking shots, but if more are poured in front of me, like I will take them and start filling up my little flask because it would have been running low anyway, and I may need it for a universal solvent at some point because I did see how it stripped the oil off the bar that was forming. So
More are getting poured for everybody, and I heard the door creak. I'm pretty sure Cletus just came in to join the party because he heard that everyone was having much fun.
yeah.
So the barkeep has noticed, Inari, you are taking your shots and putting them into he's noticed what you're doing, and he said, "Well, are you saving them for later?
Yeah.
Give me that thing over there." So,
And I hand it to him.
so he takes it and he just sloshes it a little bit, and takes the jug and pours it into the thing, and then caps it off. And like, there you go, sweetheart. And then proceeds to fill the shot glass in front of you. Now you don't have to save them later.
Oh. Thank you.
Sorry.
I'll return your glass in a minute. I'm gonna go over here.
He's staring at you.
It's so good.
So this would be my second shot anyway, so I'll just go ahead and toss it back and then slam it up, not slam it, but, kind of like stick it up on the bar. It's like,
Thank you very much.
How often do you use to make fortitude saves on this stuff?
Oh, you're coming up on yours, John.
Okay, good.
yeah, I've only taken 2 shots,
This
so
is
that's...
like my third, fourth?
Yeah, I'm chaperoning this
Yeah,
one.
go ahead and make your will save, Inari.
Ooh, a will save?
Yes.
Versus being addicted to swampy juice.
Being addicted, that's
No,
gross.
this is just making sure that you're, that you can look cool while you do it.
Oh, 20.
It's a composure test.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is composure. Alright,
I got a
so,
20.
yeah, you look like you're handling your liquor quite good, girl. And so he pours you another one.
No, I'm good.
I mean, everyone else is having another one, so...
Peer pressure doesn't work on me. I'll be like, here, you serum. You should take this. Actually. So what's around in these parts? Other than this wonderful establishment.
Okay. So let me go back. Let me make sure I have the names of these, the guys again in here. Okay, yeah, there we go. There they are. Gloud, will look over, will like turn and say, it's like, oh no, them questions contagious now, ain't they?
No, I mean it in the deepest respect. I just want to know more about what's around here.
Well, there's some swamp. More swamp.
You go up Chris River, up around the bend, and then around the bend there's the old lady's house.
Yeah. You might run into some gobbers, but they you don't pay them no mind. They don't pay you no mind.
There's a tree that fell and blocked the waterway up near this Crystal Den.
Crystal Den?
Yeah, where's the den? You gotta keep on that there.
Just keep
Oh.
going right. You'll see it. It's a tree.
And they point in like a direction that's actually further into the swamp, not like the narrow riverlet that goes like past their little town and further into the swamp. While you guys are like in a different direction. For you guys are staying on the main river. They're pointing to another
Tributary.
Tributary. There we go.
Oh, okay.
So I'll turn around with shots in my fingers, in my hands, and like push in between these two guys and start handing the shots out and say, well, you know, in the city we hear all kinds of stories about life in the swamp and how crazy it gets in here. And I'll put my arm around him and tell us some of those stories.
Okay.
Trying to lure them into telling us about strange activities without being an interrogator.
Do you say that out loud?
No, internal monologue.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Hopefully.
Have you rolled your fortitude check yet?
Yeah,
for
you
your
should
third
roll your
shot?
fort check.
No, I haven't.
Let's go ahead and start with that.
Oh my god, this is gonna be so good. What'd you get?
That's not bad. 12.
You're feeling it, so go ahead and make your will save. If you pass your will save, it's still internal monologue.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Ow.
Sorry. 6. I rolled a 3 plus my 3 is a modifier. So obviously I say it out loud. So what happens is I push in, I hand out the shots, I say my thing about the stories and the city folk and how ignorant we are about real life in the swamp, and then I take my shot with everyone, and then as I'm putting my hands around their shoulders, I say, and I'm asking, I'm trying to coax them to tell us stories to see if there's anything strange going on, so I don't sound like an interrogator looking right at you.
Yeah.
Wink. And I go, watch how smooth I am making friends with the locals.
Oh my god.
Hold on. Oh, well, I did great. Well, I just made a composure check to, like, not flinch whenever he said all that out loud.
Yeah.
What?
What? Well, you get the same kind of reaction. He's like, what you mumbling there, boy?
I think my friend is just curious if there's been any strange happenings.
And I make little finger wigglies as I stand up on the stool.
Around this area.
You.
Well,
I'm a small person, 2 shots, and I'm probably drunk. Whatever.
So exciting!
like that. So, sorry. Well, you guys looking for something weird?
We're always looking for something weird.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's something weird happening all over the place this last couple days.
Really? Like what?
Well, we had another crew seems to pass by. They don't usually pass by. They usually come up and say here and say, but they just wave on by, like, and then just kept going.
Oh. What did you see them? What did they look like?
Well, look like people.
Were they going to Crystal Den?
And then another one pops up. Cadiath is like, they weren't just all the people. There was that girl, that lady, that raven-haired lady. She was up on the top.
A raven-haired lady.
Oh, really?
John, you're starting to feel really warm.
All over. Your
Yeah.
face is red.
Yeah.
Really warm. How many shots have you had? 4 now?
5.
5? Yeah.
Jesus.
What is this stuff called?
Kick your ass.
So,
They
Yashirim
call it
is like...
swamp juice.
Yashirim has that 1,000-yard stare, because now he's having, like, a PTSD flashback
Shit.
to, that, zombie horde in the church at the end of the longest night. And, wait, wasn't that a raven-haired girl
It
who
was
was trying to take the sword.
It was, and she succeeded, which is why you're after her.
Yeah, and then I have a look of horror on my face. My warm face.
You're warm.
And so as you're going through this whole like re-immersion into like this horrible time of your life, they keep going, and Sevig, and that's what he's like. When the door opened, this other guy came in just recently, and he was like listening to the conversation, and his name's Sevig, and he's like, well, I was just about to come up here and tell you that all the boneyard been disturbed.
Oh my.
Someone stirred up the boneyard, all right dug up. Maybe it was no gator man.
Do you happen to know which way the lady went?
Yeah, no, wait. I mean, the boat went that way, so it's pointing in the direction where you're going.
Okay.
Oh. Well then.
I'll lean in real close.
We should get after her. When the captain's ready. Right away.
Take another shot.
Ew. If a shot has been put in front of me again, I'll just slide it over to you, Sharam.
Wow, okay. Let's see how it is.
No, it's okay. You want to keep drinking. It's fine.
Oh,
Well, that is very good to know. Which way is our captain? I wonder where he got off to.
the captain's this way. And I'll wildly gesture over towards the door.
Okay. So as you're walking, you go ahead and do a reflex save.
Who?
Both of you, if you're both walking.
Oh, good.
Oh, I can do reflexes.
Oh, can you?
Unless I have any negatives for my current state.
A lot. I got a 25.
Okay.
I
you're
got a
good.
27.
Oh, you guys are great. You're masters at the drunk walk.
Yep.
I'm not drunk.
I got my sea legs on.
Yep.
You're drunk.
I learned it from the paddle boat.
Okay, so the two of you, after finding out that there was a beautiful raven-haired lass on a boat that went up the river the way you're going, and the tiny boneyard was disturbed.
Yeah.
So we I guess come across Emmett and
Thomasina.
Thomasina.
Yeah. So you are quite inebriated. So.
Before you had left, you would have seen Yashiram.
Oh,
He's in the
Egon.
bar.
Egon's in the
Egon.
bar.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow them out.
Okay. I am going to nonchalantly walk out and sit down next to Emmett and say, kind of like, make sure there's nobody around and kind of like say under my breath towards him,
They saw Alexia go up the river.
How many days ago?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, was it yesterday or was it
It was a day
3
ago.
days ago?
A day ago.
Yeah.
This is good. We are close behind her.
They also said that their boneyard had been disturbed.
I will shake my head side to side and my disagreement to use magic for such things.
It's gonna be like the longest night all over again.
Well, let's not think about that. Anyway, we should probably get back to the boat just so we're ready whenever the captain is.
Okay.
I'm going to put my cigarette out, hoist myself up, hoist Thomasina up, tell her to get back to the boat, and go seek out the captain so I can hurry along his activities.
Okay. And the two drunkards are going back to the boat.
Oh yeah.
Egon, what are you doing?
I'll follow them.
Walk me home.
Okay.
I guess I will.
I will reach up toward the top of the roof, tap it to
Egon
get
can
the
always do
elf's attention as I go looking for the captain.
That's true.
Okay.
Okay. John, where is Yashirim looking?
Probably at where he's walking because he doesn't want to misstep and fall into where
He
the
is drunk.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
big dinosaur
Okay.
caves are.
Nefera, just as lightly as possible, like as soon as Yashirim clears the port, she steps behind him and just starts mimicking his walk. As precisely as possible. And if he trips, she catches him.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, no, I definitely stumble on like one of the boards that's warped, so one corner is raised.
I like it.
Excellent. You were rescued from a
And I
taking a
rolled a
swim.
22 on my stealth.
Oh yeah. You were rescued by a ghost.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, because
That she is.
Okay, so if Yashirim doesn't say anything, she just continues doing it because she's curious as to how long she can either keep this up or the others will let her keep this up.
I'm giggling like as I'm watching you guys because I'm making sure that he doesn't die in the swamp, getting him back to the boat so he can lay down. I'll fix him some tea whenever we get there.
Okay. So,
He's gonna need a hydrate.
looks like it's just you going to
Find the captain.
find the captain. So, it doesn't take you too long. I mean, this is not a very big place. You essentially find him behind the local activity center / everything.
Yeah.
And they are currently like loading up a couple crates with some some of the clay jugs. They got 5 X's on it, on each jug.
Jeez.
Hand painted.
Yep.
Makes it handcrafted.
Yep.
And more authentic.
Yep.
I will walk to another part of the pier nearby, turn and face away from everybody, begin emptying my bladder, and talk to the captain over my shoulder, telling him, "We are ready to go. As soon as we get the boat loaded, we would like to leave, for deeper into the swamp. Your haste means more money."
So it's getting close to like late afternoon. And so we can go, or we could stay here for the night and make a fresh start in the morning.
I raise an eyebrow. "The quarry," I shake twice, put it away, turn to face him. "The quarry we follow passed through a day ago. She, too, most likely, is looking to camp with the rest. Still considering all of her whereabouts and her trappings, is a possibility that we can catch up to her. I think that might behoove us better to catch up. Unless you know something about the swamp ahead that I do not know."
No? I guess? Sorry.
You guess?
Yeah.
I turn to the swampers nearby and give them a look, see if they're going to pipe up with any information.
Yeah, so one of them, is an older gentleman. He's got a beard that probably goes down, like very scraggly beard that goes down to about like belly button area on him. He's kind of hunched over, and you're like, "You might want to be careful because there's a gatormen that live up there. They're fierce."
Gatormen.
Gatormen.
Gatormen. Half man, half gator, or all gator shaped like man.
I don't know. I ain't seen them before. All
they
I
wear-
see what they do.
Do they wear pants?
He looks at you like you're an idiot.
Do they try to pretend to be men? Ha. They are just gators, large
They're
gators.
not. They're gatormen. They tear everything up.
That's what I'm asking you, if they wear pants. If they wear pants like men.
I told you already, son. I ain't seen nothing with my own eyes. I seen the destruction they cause. That's right. I used a big word.
Ooh.
Can you spell this
Sure.
word? Destruction. Didn't think so. Captain,
Shit.
You punched in the face by an old man.
Yeah.
I let it happen.
Yeah.
He's got what? Maybe 0 strength modifier. I'll take it.
Yeah.
And I'll even
So-
say, it deserves that one.
For 6 points of damage.
Oh no, I'm fucking rifle buttoning
He
him.
clocked you. He clocked you good.
Alright, I'll move back.
You don't know about these parts, boy.
I asked you a simple question. You give me crap. Next time, I shoot you faster than you move. Captain, I'm ready to go.
Swampy
Please.
people are mean.
I mean, you have to
They,
be.
it's like they gave you an
Well,
answer, and you're the one that's being an asshole to him. As far as they're
right.
concerned.
As far as he's concerned, I'm being an asshole. I get it. I'll shoot him later.
On the way
Yeah,
back.
man. It's like
Then they're gonna have to
you
repaint
just
the population
you
sign
got like
again.
a glass jaw, man.
I
Probably
don't think
more-
I had a glass shot. I think he just hit me with really hard.
He's got old swamper strength.
Right?
I mean, it's non-lethal damage.
It's
unless
not.
Yeah, so it's. I'm
Yeah.
not worried about it. It's a good punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Punch you right in the face. Well,
I
at
mean, he
least.
does a D6 in punching damage. Most monks about level 7 and above get that.
Oh, I forgot.
Nah, it's fine.
Sorry.
He's got some
He's got
levels.
skills.
He's like
I'm
100
not
years old.
complaining. He fights
He's the
Gatormen.
monk of the swamp.
He fights Gatormen that wear
Yeah,
pants.
he's one of those.
With his
he's,
eyes
he's
closed,
an old
'cause he's-
hermit who occasionally wanders into town when his cask of beer is getting cask of swamp juice is getting low.
So, yeah, you caused a shit ton of problems that I don't really feel like dealing with now. So,
I just
Okay.
wanted to know if they were smart enough to wear pants and clothes and use weapons.
well, he told you that he didn't see them in person. He's only seen what they've done.
Right,
Like, he said that 2 times.
got it.
So both parties come away convinced the other one is a moron. Right?
I guess. Hmm.
I'm gonna, if the captain's still busy, I'm not gonna help him. I'm just gonna walk back off. Try to get us moving onto the river. I mean, if he really wants to stay in camp for the night, I'm fine with that too.
Well, now they can't, so.
There we go.
Answer here.
They'll
Yes,
ambush
we're
us
here.
in our sleep.
One man got pissed at me. It's not a big deal.
That's 1 out of 12.
Yeah.
That's 12 of the population.
I have 20 bullets.
They're all family here.
Yeah, like every one of his family is gonna be mad at us
Oh
now
my
too.
Yeah.
goodness.
Oh my gosh.
All 11 of them.
Really?
Yep. That's okay. We need to move forward, and if Gatormen come, we will light them on fire.
Yeah. When I get back to the boat, I'm gonna start prepping my gear. I'm gonna start cleaning my gun.
You're gonna clean your gun while you're drunk.
It's not loaded.
I understand.
See, look.
I don't need to.
See,
No,
look, it's not
Stop
totally
putting that
safe.
in my face. What? No, it's
totally
not.
safe.
Just here, drink this tea. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it.
Nefera's gonna wait. Well, the tea thing is going. Nefera's actually gonna pick up the gun and take it out of the room.
Got such responsibility.
She has absolutely no skills, no training in sleight of hand. So I mean, she just picks it up and takes it out.
It's okay. I'm like mid passing out while she's handing me the tea. So
Yeah. I'm like shoving tea in his face while he's about to pass out. So he just needs to take a little nap. But if you take a good look at his gun, it's got a bunch of rune etchings and things on the side of it. Because it's magic.
How do you know?
Uh-oh.
Because I looked at it.
How dare you- how
And
dare
she's
you put
gonna
eyes
take
on the
away,
pistol.
go out into the corridor, see the light shining off the runes, and go. "Doo." And immediately try spellcrafting it.
Okay.
So. And knowledge arcanaing it. So 27. So whichever forever's gives you more information essentially.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what the DC would be, but it's just a mage lock pistol used by, people that cast magic through guns instead of wands.
Yeah.
Like we're wizards, but cooler.
So that would probably be a knowledge arcana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, they both have the same modifier, so it's
Okay.
a 27.
Okay. I'm gonna say, even with a 27, this is the first time you've ever seen something like this, so it is very foreign until you have a better explanation of how the runes interact. Like, you understand the runes, like, that's not the problem, but and John, if you wanted to make up what the runes mean, you can. If not, no big deal. But as far as why they would be on a gun, and how they relate to each other, and all this stuff is just, like, completely... Humans are weird.
Yeah. Well, she's actually going to, now that she sees us, she's going to make a quick step to where her bunk is, get out some tracing paper and charcoal, and do a rubbing of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
John, somebody's touching your gun.
Well, he's passed
I'm
out.
passed out.
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yep. It was taken from me as I was going night nappy time.
Yeah, it's fine.
Which is important.
I had to.
I'll
I
make
had to-
sure you get it back.
I had to make sure that we got answers from our new friends.
He's gonna go to sleep. After he's passed out, I'll go check on Nefera. And then after Nefera's done doing her etchings, I will return the gun gingerly back into the holster so he has it whenever he wakes up again.
And neither of us say a word. We both understand why we did what we did. And I mean, Nefera, now that she knows that's etched and she's got a copy, she's not really interested in the weapon.
Is this payback for the diary incident?
Yes. No, I mean, if anybody, Gon gets the payback. 'Cause he's the one that read it.
They made me do it.
Prove it.
It was just a mild suggestion.
Screenshot or it didn't happen.
Okay. So, I guess I will leave it to you guys. The captain comes back. It's, you've got maybe about, 4 hours of daylight left if you want to move forward. Or you can stay here and then make a fresh start in the morning.
I agree with Emmett. I think we need to move as fast as we can.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay, so the captain's pulling us all together for this, conversation, I guess.
Yeah, he's pulled us in for a powwow.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for
Because
following as soon as possible.
Because he's like, once sundown hits, we're not moving. There's too many things in the water that we could hit at night and we can't see, so we'll be docking somewhere out in the swamp for the evening.
Oh, so it's dock here or dock in a mystery place out in the swamp.
Yes.
The old man warns of gator men. Huh.
Gator man.
Men who are gators. Or gators who are men. One of the two.
What?
Do they wear pants?
I ask question. I get punched. He fights like old brawler. I not hit back out of courtesy. He gets second swing, I shoot in face. Just being friendly.
Well, if we're gonna have to camp somewhere anyways, I guess we should do it here. It's safer.
If we stay out in swamp, we need to make sure that we have at least double guards on both ends boat with weapons and ready.
I don't know how we're gonna decide this.
Well,
Let's flip a coin.
There's two people who haven't made their opinions known. They can kind of voice them.
I mean,
Sorry. I was just seeing what radio was putting on there. Do they have pants is going to be the question of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yes,
gotta know
we
these
know
things.
they are Gatormen, but do they have pants? They're Gatormen, Ratmen, Catmen, whatever.
Exactly.
They have pants.
Swamp man.
I think that we should keep going.
You want to go fight Gatorman?
I didn't say that.
No, this is Max asking you. You want to
Oh.
fight Gatorman?
No,
This isn't Emmett.
I didn't say that.
She wants to find out if they have pants.
I
She
wanna-
doesn't wanna
I
fight
just want to
them.
let you guys know that if we push on into the night, this is wild fucking territory. There's either goblins or Gatormen or a giant serpent monster, but something's going to eat us. Emmett is a driven man who only has one personal desire: to catch up to Alexia and spank her butt and tell her stop playing with magic. I'm a driven, so don't follow my shadow unless you're ready to jump into combat and die.
Yeah. Yashirim does not want to fight Gatormen. He is not interested whether or not they have pants. So we can camp in town. It would be fine.
Fine.
Actually, Nefera is going to side with Emmett, not necessarily on the view that we need to catch up to Alexia. She's going with the view we've only got a limited time where the door's
Oh, yeah.
open.
Yeah.
So
There's-
Yeah,
Wait,
that
how
makes
much time do we
best
actually
to
have?
get there before times.
3 days.
So, yeah, so
Three
that
days
we
more.
have a chance to
Yeah.
scout the area before we have to go into the Temple of Doom.
I mean, we have to actually find it,
Well,
and
yeah,
that's
so
going to take some time because
This
I'm
is-
not proficient in swamping.
This is the end of the first day of travel, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
snap. We've got 3 days. That means we got 2 days left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
so
trying
I
to
say
get
we
there
keep
ahead of
going.
time.
Yeah, and so by Nefera's logic, we should try to get there even more ahead of time if possible.
Couldn't we set up like headlights, quote, headlights on the front of the ship so we wouldn't hit things?
No. Once it gets dark, he's parking.
Right.
I'm saying that once it gets dark, the monsters will come out to eat us because we'll be
Right.
sitting still.
Right, I understand
Okay.
that, but I'm talking to the captain.
Couldn't we put big headlights or a spotlight or something on the front of the ship?
If the fog hits us at night, that's just going to reflect right back in our faces.
Could we, could we just keep going until the fog hits?
I mean, that's still gonna be parking swamp at night.
I mean, we could try it, but the water getting going will be slow.
How far ahead is she from us?
A
Like,
day.
how many
You
days?
don't
Full
know,
day?
but it's at least a day based on what the Swampies told you.
Yeah, they were here. She was here yesterday. So you're
And
gonna
how
be
many
Thursday afternoon.
days? How many days are we from the temple?
Another day.
So chances are she's already there.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter. We can't beat her there.
No.
It's
Or
not
she-
about beating her there. We're not trying to beat her there. We're trying to get there for our own selves so we can have time to actually find her and then actually find the temple.
Yes. I mean, we're trying to get, and if we can't beat her there, we can at least try and eliminate complicating factors.
Mm-hmm.
Although Nefera's not going to actually say it. Like,
If
like getting rid of any Gabber tribes, either through diplomacy or violence. Nefera doesn't really particularly care either way, honestly.
if the captain says that it's unsafe to travel at night, and it's unsafe to park somewhere along the swamp at night, we should probably listen to the captain.
Exactly. As a player, I'm going to tell
Yeah.
us to listen to the captain. As my character, we will go into the swamp tonight if I have to
Yeah.
drive the boat myself. You know, that's just two different mentalities.
Well,
Okay.
Yep.
Which
That
one
was
are
my
you
main
choosing?
character.
My character wants to go into the swamp.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
you're...
definitely.
Well,
think we
Nefera's
should
going
stay.
to suggest that we go as far as we can while there's enough light, and then set up watches to make sure nothing
Yeah.
attacks the boat where we camp.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, even a giant, like, even if we have to camp in the swamp, a giant light is going to deter a lot of things.
Alright, so I guess
From,
Agon
like,
and I are
coming-
the only two that are saying stay. And everyone else is saying go. So, you know, democracy rules.
Yeah.
What's the captain's vote? Well, no, we
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah. What's the
Split
captain's vote?
That means the captain's vote weighs twice as much because we have a split vote.
I mean, that's fine.
I mean, if we're doing democracy.
The faster we're there, you already said the faster we're there,
Yeah, the more,
the
you
more
stay.
money he's getting.
But he doesn't.
So-
That's just it. He's willing to forego money to stay.
That's true.
He's like, yeah, you know what? No.
It must be really important then.
I mean, okay. I've said my piece.
Yeah.
If the
no,
captain
it's fine.
doesn't want to go, then
Yep,
We'll just-
then we're not resorting to violence to settle
Yep.
this.
Ditto. So Emmett's going to be angry at this. You know, the decision to stay.
Well,
And he's not going to do anything other than like hang out with Thomasina and wait for like if there's going to be watch duties on
what
the
did
boat.
Thomasina want?
What?
Did she not get a vote?
Oh.
she's a spectator.
No. When I realize that her voice hasn't been heard,
She don't.
I will turn to face her. It is appropriate that you get a choice in all of this as well. My apologies for not considering your choice. Do you want to follow me into the swamp, or do you want to stay here with the captain in the town? The swamp might be dangerous. The town might be safe.
The swamp will be dangerous.
Yeah. You gotta do even odds? I can roll on my 12th out of D6.
Should we pool the audience?
Should we stay or should we go now? Do. Should we stay or should we go
I
now?
honestly think you have all the logic that Thomasina needs to make her personal choice.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm being
she's still a child, so I think like out in a strange place in the dark would be a pretty scary thing.
yeah.
That's
So-
true.
I mean,
But I
she-
mean, two of her role models are saying we should go. So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peer pressure?
no,
I mean,
That's apparently
is-
what's happening.
I'm not
Well,
That's
it's
peer
so-
pressure.
no.
Is
I'm not.
is
No,
Thomasina the kind of
I was
the
just
kind of kid that would be like, no, I
adding
want to be
that, yes,
brave for these
She's
people
actually
and
pretty
show up.
conflicted. Might be conflicted because
So all these adults
she's
are turning
scared,
to this
but-
child. You get a vote.
but-
What do you vote?
I want candy.
So
Just
say
kidding.
we all.
All right. So
if someone actually says that Nefera will go into the belt pouch and hand whoever it is one.
No. That was totally out of character, just to be funny.
Alright, so do we stay or do we go now?
yeah, that's what I'm waiting for you guys.
I mean, I don't know who's supposed to answer for Thomasina, so like and like the captain, like has he actually said his voice yet?
Yeah,
or
that
are we just
was right at the
assuming?
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, we need to stay.
He's like,
Yeah.
All right, so whoever's Thomasina's voice, or we're staying.
oh my god.
So
Let's just
I
stay.
think she-
Okay, fine, we're staying.
Yeah,
I've
let's
been
just
trying
stay.
not to like railroad you guys into making a decision, but this is kind of taking too long. So
No,
we're
it's fine.
staying.
We'll stay, but we'll get up extra early as soon as we can. Like as soon as the mist starts lifting or whatever, and we will put spotlights out so like 5 o'clock, 5:30 is when the sun starts coming up. We'll be out and leaving at like 4 with spotlights.
Okay, that sounds fair. So, the people of Krim offer you guys a place to sleep in the bar. So now it's also a hotel, so it's also an inn now as well. They don't got any beds. Got some, maybe some blankets. That's about it.
The tables convert into wooden beds.
Right. I'm gonna sleep on the boat with McGrab and Stab.
Okay. I am gonna sleep on the boat as well with the robot.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, is there like a cabin that we all share on the boat? Is that how that is?
Well, everybody can. You can sleep on the dock. You can.
Oh no, I'm gonna stay on the boat.
Yeah.
Gotta be ready.
And depending on if Nefera stays on the boat too, we can sit and talk about like more of the map stuff and like get a better idea of where we're going. We can look at the stars from what we can see.
Nefera's going to be on the top deck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Then
where the captain was sitting.
Yeah. Then me and Nefera will be doing that for a good portion until we need to take a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Naps. Ah.
Everybody needs a nap.
Okay.
Like a 4-hour nap. That'd be great.
Okay. So you guys are doing stuff. I don't think there's really going to be a whole lot going on. I don't think there's any weird stuff happening at night. Oh. There was maybe something a little weird. So the old man sees you coming when he comes into the bar later. You just did you stay there or did you?
No, I would have gone to the bar. I wouldn't be sleeping on the boat though. I mean,
Okay.
Thomasina needs to get out and about, meet the locals, and talk to people. If she wants to do, I'm chaperoning her.
Okay.
If somebody starts talking to her, I just chaperone.
So it gives you like the squinty eye real quick.
All right, I
And
return with a double dose of stink eye. Because I mean, he punched me and I didn't punch back.
So he walks up to the bar and he intentionally walks up next to you.
Okay. I will not do anything like throw my jacket back, reveal my pistol. I won't do anything. I'll just continue to sit there with my cigarette in my ash on the edge of the table.
So I guess the barkeep's attention, waves his hand, and then you see him wave like 2. Maybe he's getting 2, and then the bartender pours 2 big thing. You're like this isn't a shot glass. This is a cup.
Yeah.
And then puts both in front of the old man, and then he and slides one over to you.
Aww.
Doesn't say nothing.
Okay. I've done this before. I've been in this situation. I'll slide it over, and then I'll give a half glance and a nod, tip my hat, and respectively take a drink.
Okay.
But if he starts to move for his, at the same time, I'll wait. We'll both pick up our beers and drink respectively at the same time.
Yeah, you can do that.
I don't say anything to him.
He doesn't say anything.
I do have a whelp bite by now because he hit me in my face.
Yeah.
So I mean, 6 hit points of damage to the face is not a joke.
I mean, you got a nice little whelp.
Probably about halfway through the beer, I'll begin spouting out about the second winter that I was on the escape vessel when we crashed into some jagged rocks on near an island. Mm-hmm. And we, when we were washing ashore, several of the men were dragged back under the water by sharks as we swam for the shore as the boat was going under. And I just tell them the story about how we had to fight through blood-filled water against shark-infested, blood-filled water to try to get to
Ooh.
land.
Okay.
You know, he was talking about his terrible destruction story. I'm hoping that this will spurn him talking about the Gatormen and maybe their destruction. Maybe dig some information without interrogating.
But do you say that out loud?
No.
No.
Because he's constantly drunk.
18 on my will save with bonuses.
So, okay. Funnily enough, he thinks that you're trading war stories, and so he tells you a war story about how he was part of the, battalion that ended up, routing King Railthorn the Elder out of Signarin lands. So, and as you all know, like, this happened maybe about, I don't know.
40, 50 years ago?
No, it wasn't that long ago. It was maybe 20.
20 years ago?
Yeah, 20 to 40. Can't remember the timeline right off the top of my head, but it's been still recent enough. This guy looks like he's been, like, beat up, you know?
Yeah.
And so he tells you about that day and how they, he got to take out, like, 2 Inquisitors that day.
I will buy him a drink for that one.
So he does that, and then, so then after you buy the drink, then he'll tell you about the time where, where he came across, one of the old, smaller settlements. He calls it, like, the villages, like, this is a town,
Right.
When he went by to check on him one time, because that there was nobody left there, and it was burnt down buildings, chomping places, giant scratch marks, lots of horribleness. Some claws, and
the markings on the wood.
yeah.
And drag marks and feet prints in
Yeah.
the sand and the bog.
Yep.
I will pay him back with a story of the first Signarin, not Signarin, Kyrexian war machine that I came across, half undead, half machine,
Ugh.
and watching it tear through the revolting slaves, and the way it sounded, the way it smelled, how it didn't use steam, it used some other source of power, probably like life or something. And I tell a short but gruesome story with very few details, and I reveal a scar on my forearm that just looks like a old dried up mangled flesh that my
Yeah.
character has. And I say, I was lucky. And then I end it again by saying, I was lucky. And then I drink.
Okay, so the two of you share essentially, like, war and life stories of the turmoil that you two have been through. And so, he doesn't, like, lose the grumpy, squinty look that he gets, and you assume now that that's just how he fucking looks.
Well, yeah, he probably
You know?
got kicked by a mule or something.
Probably. Or something. Probably not a gator man, though.
Kicked by a gator man.
He would know if they have pants. All right. Anyone else have anything you guys want to do at Crim before we fast forward to 4 o'clock in the morning?
Nope.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So bright and actually early and not quite yet bright. The rest of you all get riled up or woken up by the captain and team and all you guys getting together. They begin prepping the boat, and by about 4:30, you guys are shoving off the dock. Steam's been powered up and warmed up and ready to go. Inari, it's still dark. Where are those lights you were talking about?
So I have grabbed a bucket,
Mm-hmm.
like one of the big ones,
and I took a rock, and making sure that Emmett is not around, I'll kind of rub my hands over the rock and blow on it, and then it'll light up. And I'll put the rock inside the bucket so it makes the spotlight.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
And that will be what I'm doing until light is happening.
All right. She got up early to do that, or she did that late?
No, I got up early.
All right. My perception would have been. Oh, that's not my sheet. Where's my character sheet? Oh, thank you. 28. Am I aroused? Because I'm nervous being out in the swamp. Am I aroused by the sound of motion in the morning of walking around and clomping?
I would say
is
so.
she being stealthy?
I don't know. She didn't roll her stealth, so.
Oh, then she's not being stealthy.
I mean, I would have checked to see if you were awake.
No, I was
Or
asleep
at
when
least
you
over your
started.
shoulder.
What?
Or at least over your shoulder.
Or at least, yeah, at least over my shoulder.
You did.
Yeah. So she
I
double
would've-
checks to see if you're not watching.
Yeah.
So at
I
that point,
would've-
you would have to be stealthy if you wanted to try to watch her.
Now it's like a sense motive off. All right, fair enough for me. Sense motive off. All right, my sense motive.
What do I need? Bluff?
25. Yeah, you need to bluff me. And I'm going to try to bluff you by pretending to be asleep while I'm watching what the crap you're doing. Oh, I got a 14 on my bluff.
I got a 21.
Oh, you got a 21 on your what?
On my bluff.
Okay, so I got a 25 on my sense motive. So so what did you get on your sense motive?
Oh, I had to. Oh,
You have to sense motive me. I'm
Both off.
bluffing you to pretend that I'm asleep watching you do whatever it is you're doing.
Simultaneous bluff sensing.
Oh, this is so complicated.
Let's go.
I know.
Just don't do magic.
Just don't wake up.
I got a 9.
So,
Okay.
a 9 in total?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
So-
rolled a 7.
He's definitely asleep. And she's definitely looking weird.
Yeah.
However-
so I kind of look over and make sure that he's asleep, and then kind of walk towards the front of the boat. It would still be up on, like, the front
Mm-hmm.
place, and I have my bucket, and I have a random rock that I picked up and everything, and I kind of still look around to make sure, check once, check twice. I put the bucket down, and like I said, I kind of bend over and rub the rock a little bit, like I'm making it all shiny, and blow on it a little bit.
So
Which-
she's facing away from me, so I probably don't see what
Exactly.
she's doing.
Yeah.
But I'm about to
Exactly.
see something pretty spectacular.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to stealth up behind her. 18 plus
Oh my god.
a 14. That's a 32. In hard boots, by the way, because I don't sleep without my boots on.
Right. So I'm kind of hunched over a little bit, and I say a couple of words under my breath, blow on the rock, and then it lights up in my hands.
Okay.
You are sneaking up when you see this blooming light just come, from right in front of Inari. And then you hear a clunk, clunk, clunk into the metal bucket.
Well, it's not clunk, clunk, clunk. I just kind of, place it in the bucket so I can, tilt it.
Maybe put it in some tar and some wrappings or something so it stays and you can point it around.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Like a flashlight.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna let you guys decide whether or not you are successful with, or how you want to deal with what you just saw.
Okay. So what's in Emmett's mind right now? Every woman he comes across that he seems to think is worthwhile ends up being a spellcaster, except for Beth. God help him if Beth turns out to be a spellcaster. It'll be terrible. He's dealt with Hagan being a spellcaster because druid spellcasting seems pretty badass. But so far, every woman Has he seen Robin? Has he seen your character cast spells?
Yes, in fact, in their first meeting, she made her sword glow.
Right. So he
Yeah.
understands it's your elf, but so far, like with, man, who's the girl we're chasing? I'm forgetting every name.
Alexia.
Alexia. So Alexia now, Inari's casting magic. I mean, next thing is going to fall to pieces. Yashiram's going to be casting magic too.
Oh, you've already seen me shoot ice rays out of my pistol.
Yeah.
No, actually, sir, I did not see you shoot ice rays out of your pistol. I was looking the other way during that fight.
Yeah.
Wait, what about the magic missiles then?
When was that?
They look like fancy bullets.
So the magic missile was when we were going up to the fort, and there were the skeletons that were like working, and there were like 3 of them. So I shot magic missiles at them out of my gun.
So far, I only have Jay and Robin's character with little marks that let me know I've seen them cast magic. You, sir, I have not seen you cast magic.
Man, I'm good. I'm stealthy.
Yeah, no, seriously, I've been keeping track of this. This is my character thing. So,
What did you roll on your stealth?
30.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
1 level in Rogue, that's all it takes. No one should ever do anything but take 1 level in Rogue and then go in the class they want. You can do anything at that point in time. So right now through his mind, he's running through, he's just like, magic. Magic is everywhere. This thing is so terrible. It does terrible things. It does good things. So he's really conflicted. So he's not really going to say anything to get Inari's attention. He's just going to stand there. Maybe in the darkness while she's not looking, his lip kind of quivers because of like a bit of fear and anger, at the same time sadness, because he sees magic as a weak man's tool.
Okay.
Well, this character, I think he might actually find magic more understandable in women, since,
At this point in time,
Chauvinism
that's what it
is-
seems.
chauvinism seems to be a part of Cadoran life.
It
And
is,
so,
it's huge,
women
and so-
are weaker,
All
more
women.
frailer. Maybe that's why women turn to magic, to give them
An upper
edge.
hand. Yeah.
I like that logic. I think I'm going to go with that logic. I'm going to go with... Okay, so he doesn't stay quiet for too long. He just says, I get it.
You get what?
You're just like Alexia. You want to use magic to make yourself better. I get it.
No. I want...
It's okay.
No. We have to talk about this.
Wait, this is the Hollywood moment where I walk away and we don't end up communicating well.
No,
Leads to
no,
great character development.
I'm sorry, because Inari is persistent as hell.
So-
And she would absolutely start walking behind you going,
No, we're gonna talk about this. I can't lose another father figure.
Yeah.
oh my god.
Inari is the explosion that like grabs you by the shoulder, turns you around, and like, no, we're gonna talk about why you lit me off.
Exactly.
We're gonna have a conversation about this, sir.
So, you turn and walk away, ignore
Yeah.
her. She's coming behind you.
Spider monkey.
And the captain calls for us to get underway. So, Inari, you're the one who's supposed to be lighting that light.
All right, so this would be a dramatic moment. I take advantage. Well, I'm as a player is going to take advantage to draw some drama out of this.
Yeah.
And Emmett's going to reach by his bunk, pull up his hat, settle it down, strike up a cigarette, walk to the other end of the boat, be like all morose and whiny and bitchy because it's just like magic. Why does everybody have to resolve why does magic even have to be here?
We're gonna talk about
He's
this
gonna have-
later.
Wah!
He's gonna have his romance hero brood, which works
Exactly.
much better if you're 25 and
And not
ruggedly
45.
and handsome, right?
And a vampire.
All right.
Okay. So slowly, but surely, you all make your way away from Krim and downriver. You are the light's working out pretty good. We've got let's see. It once Yeah. Give me 1 second.
I'm gonna stand out on the front of the deck as an extra pair of eyes to look out for things in the fog.
Excellent. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm looking at the water, shining the light at it, making sure that anything, like I see any ripples, I double check, point the light at it to make sure it's not like a giant rock or a log or anything like that. So
Flotilla of Gatorman.
And Nefera's
a flotilla of
actually
Gatormen.
up where the the man on watch was the day before, and she's going to do the same. So
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm double checking. Looks like we saw. Choose your. Okay. Oh, that one. So you actually are able to make good time. Yeah, let's go ahead and switch this out. It's lovely bayou here on Roll20, where you guys are traveling through. Oh, you're right. We need to change my music to. Excuse me. Thank you. Let's see what this one is.
Transition!
Yeah, play us some of that good old swamp sound music.
Right.
Alright. This is the bog standard. We'll see what happens in the bog, if it sounds cool. And I can remember it for later. So, you make good time. The light definitely helps. In fact, the captain, or Squint, wants you to stay up front with the light, especially when when everything narrows, because you can actually shine it into the water, and you can like reach maybe like a good foot of water before it just gets completely dark again to look for anything that like might be too close to the surface. And let's see. We've got that. So you continue to steam up the bayou. Over the last league or so, the mists during the day that we've going past lunchtime, I think, the mists have thinned out. The sun is out overhead, and it's turning out to be a great day. So under the circumstances, this in other circumstances, this would be a rather pleasant trip. And even Squint seems to be in a good mood. A rarity indeed. As you round the bend, however, two squat stone towers come into view about 100 yards ahead. They are set on either side of the waterway, and an iron gate stretches across the 60 feet between them. And it is closed.
My.
I'm excited to finally find something. It's time to put up a military rifle. Be carrying that sucker around. I've been waiting
Wait,
for this
so
moment.
there's like a gate?
There are two towers on either side of the river.
And it's gated off with iron.
Oh.
Not just two
Is this
towers.
the point where we no longer need the lamp out front, or is she still shining it?
No,
more?
she no longer needs the lamp.
Right.
Don't want to.
It would have gone out. I could run it for about 50 minutes
Okay.
at a time. So I would just be like, 50 minutes. Boop. 50 minutes. And then as soon as it was light enough and he was like, go ahead and kill the light, I'd turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would have probably tried to find Emmett skulking, brooding somewhere.
And if it takes longer than 50 minutes for there to be light, Nefera would take over. Light
no,
switch
I
duty.
mean,
no, because
light is a
Cantrip.
a cantrip.
cantrip, so I can just
So
yeah, it would have been fine.
okay, yeah,
So,
Nefera would actually have more problems because that would take up her. That would.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's cantrip for both, so she
Okay,
has
good.
3 too. Yeah.
So as we approach the gate, Yashirim draws his pistol and does some really fancy twirling action, and then points at the gate and casts Detect Magic to see if the gates are magically sealed.
Okay.
And then I twirly and reholster.
Okay.
I twirly and then
Yeah,
reholster.
it's a technical term. It's what we call it in the industry. The gun twirling industry. Call it twirly. When you do it across your body, it's a swirly.
Did you
I thought
did you roll detect magic, or I'm sorry, I forgot. You don't have to roll for that.
No, you don't. It's just once he detects a magical field, he can make a spellcraft to determine if he
Gotcha.
knows anything about it.
You do not detect any magical fields whatsoever.
Oh,
It's just a gate.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of the swamp.
Why would there be a gate?
yeah. So I'll look back and say, wait. Do I see a lock on the gates?
Let's see.
I'll do a squinty perception.
A squinty.
Yes. You actually see there is a very thick chain, with a fat, high-quality lock wrapped around the center of the gates where the two halves meet.
Yeah, so I'll turn back to the rest of the...
I don't know why they would say that. And then say that. I apologize. You see thick chains, and no lock, because apparently that's underwater, and they had to make that the second sentence.
Oh, okay.
I apologize.
No, it's okay. So I'll look back to the rest of the boat and call out, I see chains, but, there's no magic in the area. I don't see a lock.
Do we have a rowboat or like an escape boat or whatever they call those?
No. This
No.
boat's not big enough to warrant that. It can literally
I mean,
just go
A dinghy,
right up.
yes.
It can literally just go right up to it if it has to.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, like they'll drift up to it.
Yeah, let's take it on up.
Okay.
Cut these chains. Free these gates from their bonds.
Yes. Yeah. Is this normal, Captain?
I don't know if the captain would have been this far up. Maybe he has been, but I don't know. Who has knowledge history?
Not I, said the arcane mechanic.
Is history even a thing? Okay.
No, yes, it is, but no, I
Yes.
don't have it.
I have knowledge local.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised
there.
the town folk didn't tell us about this. Okay.
Well, maybe if you didn't piss them off.
Hey, I had a good drink with him. It was all good. That's what old grumpy people do. We punch each other when we're angry. Don't you know this?
Yeah, I can't believe none of my friends at the bar told me about this gate.
You think that any of them have been that far away from home?
We are definitely out of Kansas, Toto. All right.
My name's
Also,
Yashir.
it wasn't in any of the suggested.
Of course, because they haven't
answers,
been this far.
'cause
That's exactly. Somebody needs to watch to the back of the boat while all the adults go to the front of the boat and deal with a gate.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm going to nominate Thomasina to watch the back of the boat.
Okay.
I'm going to give her my pistol and say, either shoot it at if something comes up looking vicious, shoot at it. If not, shoot this into the air to get our attention. Don't worry,
There you
when
go.
you shoot it, we'll come running. And then I'll go to the front of the boat to see if I can assist people. By the way, I am capable as a locksmith,
Oh, good.
Okay.
if we find the lock. But I'll walk to the boat, and I won't make any eye contact or make any gestures toward Inari.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Nefera, with her fantastic social observation skills, will walk past everyone staring at the gate. Look at the bucket. Look inside the bucket at the rock. Anari was was using as a light source and go, I think this is something in Eric.
Okay. So they kill the engines and pull up to where the locked gate is. You do see that there's a very heavy chain. We're talking about like links that are, the size of your hands.
Yeah.
Like that's like a mooring chain that was put around.
This is a no-joke gate. This is to keep something in and out. If our friends came this way, they closed this gate behind them.
Yeah.
Hang on, that's not in character.
Mm-hmm.
If Alexia came this way, they struck this gate behind them. Either that or they are allied with whoever controls this lock.
So, go ahead and roll your perception.
29.
Jesus Christ.
I see all.
Yeah, so you actually see, if you can imagine, like, there's the old gate where the old lock would have been right in the center. The chain wraps around that about 3 times, and then, like, the 2 ends of the chains, like, go down into the water. And at the end is where you think you see the glint of a locking mechanism. So, the lock might be, just needed to be picked up.
I want to look at the busted lock. Is there, like, mechanisms that show where it's been busted at?
No, it shows that it has, give me 1 second. It is rusted completely, like it has not been in use at, for a very long time. In fact, as you take a closer look, all of the gate and everything is very old, very, out in various states of disrepair.
Huh.
Except for that nice fucking pretty gold, nice brand new shining chain that's wrapped
Alright,
around
so
it.
at this point in time, I want to scan the beaches and the heads and the walls and everything. I say, this gate is very old. So very old that this lock is not old. They knew they might be followed. They decided to lock gate. Either they knew they might be followed or she knows we're coming. And I'll turn, and as I face everybody else, I say, because she dabbles in magic, and my eyes end at looking at Inari as I turn back toward the lock. I'm looking for, like, a gaff or something on the boat to grab the chain. Fucking magic.
Killian will assist you, because he's got the poles that go into the water, so he will assist you with lifting up the chain. Go ahead and make your strength check. What did you...
It was a 6.
Yeah.
I got an 8.
Yeah, I rolled a 3.
8!
Oh, man. So
I've got
it
poor
seems
footing.
to be trapped or connected to something under the water.
I'm
it's not
gonna
budging.
jump on one of the poles that they're using on, so I can add my my epic strength to it.
Okay. Go ahead
Obviously,
and try.
I'm much needed. I rolled a 20, natural 20. I critted on a
did?
strength check.
What's
Yeah.
your strength modifier?
0.
Doesn't matter.
My strength modifier is 0. Yeah.
I have already accepted the Pathfinder crit system into all things.
Excellent.
So, yes.
Describe it with some magical shit going on.
So, John, go ahead
Yeah.
and describe how you easily lift this very heavy, it is very heavy, lock and chain and lock system out of the water when these 2 very strong burly men were not able to do so.
Yeah, duh, we want
So,
the explanation.
Yeah. While they're both struggling, Emmett with his gaff and the other guy with the pole, I kind of like eye the chain and the bars from the gate, and grab another one of the pushing poles, link it through one of the, or like slide it through one of the links, and then up through one of the grates on the gate, and use it as a lever to get the lock unstuck from the mud at the bottom of the swamp, so that they can pull it up the rest of the way.
Excellent.
That's a good description.
Very cool. Science the shit out of it.
Hell yeah, you do.
Because my intelligence score is higher than my strength score. I gotta.
Perfect. That's fantastic. So, he manages to free whatever was holding the lock, and the two of you are then able to like hoist this out of the water. It is no joke. A very fancy pants lock. This is like something you may or may not have seen before. I don't know, it depends on how many locks you've locksmithed in the past and whose they were.
Rich people. That's the only locks I tend to open.
Okay, then you may have seen this before.
Alright, want to do perception, make sure this bitch ain't trapped.
Okay.
12.
It's not trapped.
Well, good.
Perfectly safe.
Perfectly safe. I'm gonna make my sense motive on the GM.
That's a confidence rule.
Alright, I pull out my normal thieves' tools, and I will begin to pick away.
Okay.
I'm assuming that this chain is too thick for us to easily slice open, break.
Yes.
Okay, so it's
You
gonna...
could
Acid?
try to, but I'll leave you guys to come up with ideas on how that
It
could
should
happen.
be easier to just pick the lock, to have the lock open.
Mhm.
I'm going to check to see... Alright, so I'm going to roll. I got a 1.
Yeah, you failed. Your pick fucking broke in the lock.
I have more than one in my kit.
I know, but I'm just letting you know that one broke in, and so there's a piece of it jiggling around in the lock now that you have to deal with.
Can I try again?
Of course you can.
I've got this.
Wait, now.
25. I got a 25 plus. I have a plus 12.
No, that does not open the lock.
In anger, I stand up and I stomp the lock a bunch.
That also does not open the lock.
Alright, let me try. I got a roll. 18. Stomping it. No.
I don't really know how hardness works, so...
It would be a strength test to break it. No. Dear God, no. Like,
Okay.
a strong lock is a 28 or some bullshit like that. I am not going to
Well,
be able to break
this
it
is
with
the
my boot.
numbers. Like, this is what I don't... Like,
Oh, none of that matters. This is the DC I have to roll to,
yeah, that's...
to unlock it.
Yeah.
There's no break DC for this thing because it's hard. It's got a lot of hit points. I mean, holy shit. We can't even break... do I have
Wait a
anything
minute.
strong enough?
Egon. I've seen you move stone and shape it. Can you rework one of these towers so the gate falls off?
Oh yeah, I could do that. That's a good idea.
Egon's like leaning on the cabin of the boat, like chewing on something, just like watching us
Some
struggle
black
with
root.
this lock. And he's like, "Yeah, I could get through this."
Let's see here.
So, go ahead and do a perception check first, Egon, so you have an idea of what you're looking at.
Ooh, plus 13 though, I think. Let me check. Yeah, so that's a 15.
Can I help him with an engineering roll?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Your hair is blowing everywhere.
I know.
30.
So, Jay, you're looking at rusty pieces of iron that look like they've been here for a really long time, and these stone things that are like, so it's all, it's just stone and iron. This is doable. And then she said, what? And then she said, well, if you target those points, and she points to where like there's a little bit of some chipped rock and around where the joints are, and then she says points out a piece of bent a bent rod that looks like it's was forced to move recently. That would probably be a good point to hit to go with as well. And then she goes over to the other side of the boat down to look at the other side of the the other tower, and she's like, we should just be able to unpin this and push it over. So you get a +2 bonus, Jay, to whatever it is you decide to do with this.
I'm trying to remember. Well, I could do hairline fracture, but what that does is it just reduces the hardness of something. Would that make something that's already weak crumble?
Well, you could use it on that lock. It has a shit ton of hardness.
What kind of metal is the lock made out of? Because I can probably heat through it with acid.
In a piece of stone or creature with earth subtype.
Oh.
Okay.
So it depends on whether you want to count metal as stone or not. Probably
Okay.
not.
Well, no, I wouldn't count metal as stone. But that doesn't mean you can't. It's attached to these old stone towers on either side.
That's what I was thinking of doing it on. Or I could use that spell that I used during the longest night and sink the earth below it, but that could create a whirlpool, and we're already in the water, so that might not be a good idea.
So you think about it, and you're like, I could just do this, it'll be easy. And then the captain suggests that be not the move that we go to, because we might not be able to escape.
Right. So yeah, I guess I'll just use hairline fracture on the tower. I have to touch it.
Okay.
So I have to get close to the tower and touch it.
Okay. And your perception was a 15, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so you get closer, you see exactly where Inari was talking about, as far as how it's connected to the tower. It should be easy. You notice as you get closer that you hear these high-pitched squeaking sounds coming from inside the tower.
The fuck?
Inari, come here, please.
Oh, okay.
Do you
what's
hear
that?
this? Do you hear this?
Do I hear squeaking?
Yes.
You do hear
Squeak,
squeaking.
Squeak.
It's very high-pitched.
Does it sound like gears?
No, Jay, it does not, or Agon, it does not sound like gears. It sounds like an animal. Or multiple animals.
Okay, guys, I gotta stop. There's some creatures inside here, and I can't just kill them, so I'm going to have to go into this tower.
Okay. Looking at the rats of unusual size. Oh crap. Looking at the lock again, because I assume it's still up where we can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make an engineering roll to figure out how to disable it before actually disabling it?
No.
Okay.
You would have you would have to use your lockpicking skill.
Just disable device.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Agon, you are going inside?
Yes, I will step inside very cautiously.
Okay. As you enter, well, really, as you get close to the door, the smell kind of hits you, and then when you walk in, it definitely smells like guano. And it's on the floor, and so as you step on into it's very kind of sticky and squelchy, and you look up, but you don't see any bats, but you see this like a spherical teardrop thing that's attached to a crossbeam that's pretty sizable, maybe about twice the size of your head, that's suspended in there, and it sounds like maybe the squeaking is coming from that.
So it doesn't. Okay. And is there a way to get up closer to that?
Yes. There is a not a ladder, but like a stone steps that circle up to get to the top of the tower, and you can definitely step up in order to get a better look if you'd like.
Okay, and I'll do that. And do I see any creatures in here?
You do. So, give me 1 second. What looked to originally be some kind of strange bird nests is actually a razorbat nursery. There are 2 baby bats that are in there that are about 8 inches long. They're very young, but they look like they're very grumpy, like they haven't been fed in a while. And then, so there's the sounds that they're making now that they see you is like sounds of irritability and "feed me or I'll eat you" kind of sounds. As a druid, you would know that.
Yeah. Razorbats, are they natural creatures, or are there?
They are natural creatures. They are very vicious form. They're normally a very vicious form of bats. They're large enough where they actually go and they catch small prey. They can be trained to be like attackings of things as well. Wizards like them a lot to deter like people who want to come around their wizard's tower.
And all there are babies, right?
Yeah,
2
they're
babies.
2 babies.
And as a druid, would I know that means the mother's around somewhere, or are they hungry because the mother's not there?
That the first one is what you would assume, but based on how these 2 little ones are reacting to you, they may not have been fed in quite some time.
All right, I will. I will commune. What's it called? Nature, wild empathy with them.
Okay.
So diplomacy versus animals.
Mm-hmm.
So I roll a diplomacy.
Yes.
And he gets to add in his druid's level.
Yeah, add in your druid level.
Okay.
And your wisdom instead of your charisma, because
Right.
fuck that.
So I get a plus 11.
Mhm.
So 27.
Okay.
I want to try to calm them and maybe pick up the nest.
Okay. So you are able to, you reach into your bag, and instead of pulling out the nuts, you pull out the dried rabbit the rest of the rabbit that you had hunted a couple weeks ago that you've cured, and so you toss it over to them. That seems to calm them down. They gorge them. They eat it very quickly, and they look like they look to you for more attention as you so they reach up and you grab like the top of the nursery, because when they build it, it like sticks to the ceiling or the beam that they put it on. So all you have to do is just kind of cut it, and then you can carry them inside the nursery and bring it back onto the boat if you so choose.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So, you see Agon walk out with this large, spherical teardrop kind of structure as he walks out of the tower.
Then I will touch the tower and make it fall.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, you manage to crumble the tower. What happens here is that as the tower crumbles, the gate kind of leans backwards away from the water. There's a grinding of metal on stone on the other side, because where the other tower is connected to the gate. And as it continues its momentum to have the gate on your side of the river crash downwards, the other gate snaps so the bars off, and both pieces of the gate fall into the water.
I will kick the chain into the water before it pulls onto the boat.
Okay.
Seeing all this stuff, I'm like, ooh, kick.
Now, did the other tower fall?
The other
with
tower
it?
did not fall with it. What happened was where the where everything was worn down from the connections on the other one, it broke away from it, and so there's a piece of the gate still on that other tower, and then everything else is falling into the river.
Okay, then I'm gonna put the nest in the other tower.
Okay. They might not be able to have a mom anymore. If somebody came in, because what you did notice when you were in there, I will give you this one, is that there were footsteps in there as well that weren't yours. So it looks like maybe they went in to crank out the gates to get them put out and to close them, and then they locked them. So they may have killed the Razorbats, or maybe they're just gone. You're not sure.
Okay, then
I will leave that moral dilemma to you, sir.
I have no other choice but to keep them on the boat somewhere and feed them when they are hungry.
So, and you should know this since you live out in the wild. You can leave them for a little bit, and the mama should come back to them if they hear them, if they smell them, that kind of thing, because
That's
it's
true.
a mama bat's thing.
Yeah.
We can always swing back this way, and if there's no sign of the mama bat coming back, then you can take them.
Just
That
make,
was
just make sure to feed them something before we leave, like some
Yeah.
rabbit. Chew it up and spit
Yeah,
it
I'm
into
gonna
their
put
mouth.
a bunch of rabbit in the nest and then
wait.
leave them in the tower, other tower.
Okay.
Actually, when she sees you with the nest, Nefera is going to get this look like, the stereotypical little girl seeing a cute kitten, like, ooh, ooh. And she's gonna go to the nest and tickle the little bats gently.
Ooh, ooh.
Do you want them?
Well, I rolled a knowledge nature, and she got,
They are very
27.
They are very snappy. Like you go in to try to take them, they try to bite your finger off.
yeah, and she laughs at that, like,
So-
isn't this the cutest little thing? These
Like,
lovely
and
little
they
murder.
look- she's cooing over these vicious little monsters, is what they look like to the rest of you, except for Agan.
Flying murder rats.
Yeah.
flying murder rats.
Yeah, it's like. But
So-
I mean, and then after they try after she plays tease with the finger, she's going to take like a piece of a long strip of jerky, of rabbit jerky, and just dangle it over them, like for all worlds, like she is that little girl playing with a kitten.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
You must note, Inari is not looking at it like, oh my god, it's adorable.
yeah.
Okay.
You're mine.
She honestly doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like,
Excellent. So, so you guys, I know that, like, just to double check, are you guys gonna leave them here in the other tower, and if nothing came to take care of them,
Yeah.
you'll pick them up on your way back, if you survive?
yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
sure.
That's my vote.
Yep.
Maybe we don't even swing by.
I'm using the pole to help navigate the boat around the wreckage
Yeah,
of the gate.
yeah. So, you and Killian are actually using the poles to push the gates down into the muck, so that way they can stay out of the way of not just your boat but future boats going through the area.
How many hours have we been at this?
I mean, you've probably been at this for about maybe getting close to an hour since so you've lost about an hour at this particular.
Oh no, to get to this gate, how many hours have been traveling to the swamp?
Okay. Like a half a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we should be getting close to our destination.
Mhm.
Well, our get off the boat destination at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should be at you think that you're gonna be able to hit it by by sundown for sure. That's your guesstimate right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, so let's see, it was 4, so in the morning, then, yeah, so you're probably at lunchtime. I guess that lunchtime would be the better indicator right now. You've made a really long way, and this was the only setback you've had so far.
All right, well, after all that, I'm going to go take a nap.
Okay.
I'm gonna have some beans and bacon.
Okay.
Riverboat food.
I'm gonna follow Emmett and corner him before he takes his nap.
Okay.
I'm gonna make you talk to me, Emmett. I don't sound like that.
Oh, you made me bust my hernia.
Oh, no.
That hurt. God, that hurt so good. Oh, that was funny as fuck. Excuse me. I'm not that drunk, but that was funny.
You made me bust my hernia. You old man.
Mm-hmm. 350. All right, so I go to like maybe an upper deck location of some type.
Mm-hmm.
Tell Thomasina to, work on her words or something. I'm going to go upstairs and take a nap.
Okay.
While we have some daylight and it's easier for not to be distracted. I'll give her the rifle. Tell her not to shoot unless it's necessary.
Okay.
I'll keep the pistol next to me, and I wander upstairs to get some.
Okay.
Because the picture you showed us the boat had 2 floors.
Yeah, it does. Here we are. And move everybody back over to this one, just so we see it.
Yeah.
This one is the boat. That's what you guys went with.
Yep.
It has a nice, added bonus right here of the back porch that Squint put on for himself.
Yep. So I'm going upstairs to find a section of decking in the shade to get a nap in.
Yep. Following you up there.
You hear the pitter-patter of rage behind you.
All right, I won't turn around. I just get up the stairs. I look around for an area where I can stretch out a bit of cloth, like a hammock-like, or something. Roll it up like a pillow, lay in the shade of the boat.
Going out or in?
I'm going out.
Every free area you look in, you see a tiny ball of rage.
Just keep stepping into your line of sight.
I will throw down my sleeping arrangement at some point on the deck, turn to look at you. But
I think there has been a miscommunication in the way that you think, I use magic.
She said it.
I know. I'm role playing here. Give me a.
She said it.
So Emmett takes in a deep breath, lets out a sigh.
I'm role playing here.
You like everyone else use magic.
So, yes, I use magic. But I don't use it to better myself like I guess you think that's the way it's supposed to be. I use magic because it's a part of me. My mom was an oracle. And I'm sure you've heard of those. Everybody, at least in passing, has heard of oracles. And she was able to commune with a higher force. I, on the other hand, was not able to. So, I just don't use magic just because it's part of who I am. It's always been that way. And I think, it can be just as good or as bad as the person that's using it. And if you're using it in the wrong way, then it's bad. But if you're using it for good things, then you're supposed to use it because it's given to you. It's just like you and your blades. or your little chain thing as she, like, whips her hands around. And notice she's not picking up speed whenever she's talking. Like, because usually she just, like, goes off on a little tangent and you can't really hear her.
And you get faster and faster and faster.
Yes. So she's trying to be as calm and collected as possible, just so she can get her point across and he take her seriously.
Mishka Novoruska. That's what they're called. Not chain thingies.
I'm sorry, I didn't know the actual name.
It's fine. Chain thingies is appropriate. Signarin does not have good word for it, which means dancing hook, dancing blade. But I get it. I came from a world where magic is looked upon as that oddity, that terribleness. My father beat it into me and my brother that there was only the way of Memnoth, and that was the way in which all magic was to be. And then, of course, you know, life changes you, and I see what I've seen, and up until you are gone, and Nari. Sorry.
Yashira?
Yashirim.
No,
Not
I-
Yashirim. Nefira.
I'm so sorry. I have all names written down. Between you, Hagan, and Nefira, all three of you have magic. And all magic I've ever dealt with in my life kills people. People that I love, takes them away from me, destroys my life. You're the first time that I've seen spellcasters who use their magic for good. I've even seen city spellcasters use their magic for their own evil, in a way. I don't blame you. It's not a hate. It's a worry. A worry that the magic is stronger than you, and that at some point, this thing that I don't understand will take control of you and do what it did to you like it's doing to Alexia now. I don't want to blame her, I want to blame the magic. That's just me.
I understand. But it's not the magic. The magic is just a tool. It's the person that's actually using the magic and how they bend it to their will, and not the other way around.
You do my heart a very big injustice. You tell me that Alexia is the blame for the worst night and all the undead. And part of me doesn't want to believe you. It's been hard. But and at this point, Emmett tries to show that he's choking up a little bit. He's just like, I want to believe you.
Well, I just want you to know that I would never do anything to hurt you. Especially with magic.
He'll nod, and, I know. But there's an old sailor in me that's afraid of it. And, he and I have been together for a long time. It's hard to let go of those ways that worked so well for so long to keep me alive. Hate magic, kill magic, move on, live to see another day.
Well, hopefully one day I will be able to change your mind. Or at least I'm starting to.
it's your turn to walk away.
Pretty much.
Oh, we're gonna do that now. Well, I'm gonna follow after you. Follow after.
No. I was thinking about something like because I can cast dancing lights. So I will, and I'll say I've seen what men can do whenever they have power firsthand, and I know you have too, magic or not. But with magic, at least I can make something, and I kind of like, I sit there for a second, and I hold my hands together, and then as I open them, there's 3 small little orbs on the inside of my hand, but it just stays near me. At least I can try to make something beautiful with mine. And I cast, it's basically dancing lights, but it'll be 3, I think it's 3 or 4 small little orbs that I'll just kind of like have dance around in my hand. Like very small.
Also, with dancing lights, you can make them into like any shape that you wanted. Like if you wanted to make this tiny little dancing fairy, you can put all of those 4 lights together to create this tiny little dancing fairy.
Maybe spinning flowers would be a little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'd make them into little like pulsing, spinning very gently flowers in my hand, and kind of like play with them a little bit. So if Imid chose to, he could reach out and touch them, and they wouldn't be hot, and they would just be light on them.
Those were your sister's favorite flowers.
Ooh. All right. Let's see. Oh man, he's totally like gonna fight a tear back. I mean, this is tough shit right here.
Don't fight it. Let the
Okay, so there's like this deck area at the back. He's gonna like morosely walk away, like wind blowing from one side, pulls his hat off, stands there for a minute, rubs his eyes, like he's not trying to show he's crying at this point in time. Because I mean it's his sister.
Yeah, go ahead and bluff.
Okay.
Ooh.
6 plus
Oh my god.
10. 16.
What'd you get?
I got a 20 on Sense-Motive.
So here's what you see. He, as he describes, gets up, turns away from you, takes his hat off, and he's rubbed his fingers like he's got like a headache over his eyes, and everything looks like he's got it together until like he exhales one time and his shoulders just do that shudder thing when you're no. And but that's it.
Oh no! There's also the that labored kind of breathing cough. And I'll speak in Cadoran.
Got it. I have that language.
You have Cadoran?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Father, you were wrong. You were always wrong. And what was it? It would probably be something like, Father, you were wrong. You were always wrong. She really was beautiful. And he'll reach into his pocket and pull out 2 paperweights that he's been carrying around of a king and a queen, and the queen's broken, and he'll throw them into the water.
Suck it back in, baby.
Oh yeah, it's so beautiful.
Oh no!
Somebody give that man a bottle of wine.
Oh yeah.
So I will kind of condense down the flowers into like one and like walk over to Emmett and pull his hand up and like put the flower in his hand. So he can just like it kind of dances like right there.
Hell yeah, that man's borderline weeping at this point
this
in
is
time.
borderline. I think that the weeping has commenced.
I can only imagine that it wasn't part of his backstory, but his sister was always telling stories about magic and stuff like that, where his father was always beating the idea that magic is bad. There's only one true magic, and so yeah, it's a lot of repressed, terrible memories for for him to kind of like experience, and so for him, it's traumatic.
Yeah.
In his mind, where everybody else probably sees magic as a tool, you guys see it as a tool, everybody in the world might see it as a tool, he was raised with the idea that magic is evil unless it comes from this one particular religion. And everywhere he went, he saw it as evil. And it's a really hard sell for him to accept that magic can be good.
Aww.
Wow.
I mean, as long as he like holds it in his hand, like the thing will be there. But if he just like breaks down, I'll kind of like, I mean, he's taller than I am, but I'll like
There.
but not say there. Just kind of try to console him as best I can because I'm so small.
You stare out at the afternoon sun, tears freely flowing down your cheeks, while this tiny person who has opened up this wound in you is now trying to comfort you.
Hagan, I need a healing spell. I need you to cast Remove Emotional Trauma from my character.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I have that spell. I have burning hands. I can carterize it.
I can summon a mage hand to wipe your tears away.
Oh, me too.
Summon Mage Hanky instead.
I want snot on my spells.
The Farrah can cast a flare to give you a light to guide the way.
Aww.
So
That was good.
that was good.
Yeah.
So I will say, not too long after, I'm assuming, Inari, you finally leave him to his nap?
Yes.
Or do you
Napping.
stay there and watch him cry?
I will, to finish it off,
Yeah.
as I have left the flower kind of floating in his hand, and I see him weeping, and he says the stuff. I'll kind of like take both of his hands and close it around the flower, which makes it disappear, and then I'll say, also in Kadoran,
That's not even. That's
You could,
not even
you
words.
could, you could always pull from
I
your.
won't say that.
You
That's
could,
not what I say.
you could always pull from your own experiences where your father has disappointed you.
Hell yeah. I mean, that could be some good character growth right there. I mean, I'm dealing with this is daddy issues. We're closing up some daddy issues at this point in time.
Yeah. I'll
Closing
say
up daddy
yeah.
issues in the nameless swamp. Floating down
that's
a
what this
boat.
episode is named.
Do they wear pants?
What do they wear pants in the nameless swamp? Who knows?
Do they wear pants
So you're-
in the nameless swamp?
Ooh, all right, continue. I'm sorry.
Ruin the emotional
That was
moment.
good. I'll say my father tried to shelter me from the outside world. But sometimes we go past those things. Like we grow past our
Fathers.
What
They're
is-
called fathers.
father.
We go
Yes,
beyond.
we grow better
Sweetness.
We surpass our fathers to become more of who we're supposed to be.
And that's when she turns around and walks away.
Smoke bomb.
Yeah. Sometimes we surpass our fathers to grow to be who we're truly supposed to be. There we go. That's better.
Mic drop.
Whoa! Blunk!
Smoke bomb. Fade to black.
Smoke bomb. Cool
Awesome.
guys. Look at explosions.
All right, I'm done hogging the spotlight. That was wonderful. Nice character growth for me.
Okay. Nefera, what you been up to on the boat?
She's been completely ignoring all this drama.
Excellent.
And has turned her attention back to the rock that Inari used, which is actually a bit of petrified wood.
Excellent.
And I justify this by using my 27 I rolled in knowledge nature.
Excellent.
Yeah. No, she's really not paying. She's really more interested in her own, in watching the swamp than anyone else's existential crisis. I mean, she's got her own existential crises to worry about.
Okay. So I will...
And she's deliberately not paying attention to them.
The young boy has also been watching you. Do weird, just wonder about that strange rock that you're wondering about. What was his name again?
The boy, Thomasina.
No. Lido, right?
Lido.
It was Lido.
House Lido. Yeah, Dune. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So when Nefera comes out of her little cloud, she'll notice the boy, probably Thomasina, looking at, and she'll explain in as best she can about that this is not actually a rock, that was actually once wood, and that it becomes this way. She'll explain fossilization as best she can in her sometimes halting
Signarin?
And I mean, sometimes when she doesn't have the word immediately, she'll fumble and try something first, like do a language translation. So she starts in Eric, then she goes to Shur, which I think is the second language she learned, and then she might pause, write it in Eric runes, then in Signarin, and then come up with the correct word.
Okay, excellent.
And, I mean, she'll just do this excitedly, because I mean, like I said, I've declared she's only just an adult herself, and as a child, she would never have been allowed to do this kind of happy rant, happy info dump. So she's just reveling in it.
Excellent. John, what's Yushiram up to?
So now that we're beyond some gated off portion of the swamp, Yoshiram is on high alert, keeping an eye out for strange things out in the gloom. So he's pacing the bow, pacing along the sides, just really intent on seeing. Maybe I'm trying to catch an eye on one of these gator men.
So you are doing an Overwatch right now?
Yes.
What's your passive perception?
Oh wait, no, 20.
20? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's 10 plus my score.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm 19.
Yeah.
All right. So
But yeah, and I mean, if I can answer the ultimate question, that would be great.
42.
No, do they wear
No,
pants?
I gotta get a glimpse of the gator man.
Right. Sorry, you said the ultimate question.
Yeah.
Well, that is
Wear
the
pants.
ultimate question of today's game session.
Oh, right. Do they wear pants?
Do they wear pants?
Yeah.
So,
Slash.
okay. That's high enough not to answer the ultimate question, but so you are making it your attention to like focus solely on what's happening outside of the boat. You caught a very brief glimpse of Inari chasing up after Emmett, and you're like, I don't want no part of that. Blinders on the out from anything that's on the inside of the boat. You're not paying attention to. Your sole focus is anything outside the boat. No matter what happens, if she starts screaming and
Yeah, I mean, unless a gun goes off, then I'll put my focus back into the inward workings of the ship.
And then
until
Emmett shot.
Yeah.
until that point, though,
Yep.
singular focus outside the boat.
Yep.
You you turn a very long bend in the river, and the river widens out as it does so, and it looks like this might be the first pond that was mentioned of the first of two ponds.
Yes. Yes.
It widens to probably like 120 feet across, and you're like, this is the pond. This is pond number 1. Yes, I know it. That has to be it. And as you're congratulating yourself for figuring this out, you see something in the water that's like kind of off in on the other side where the river kind of starts to narrow again. And you, what do you want to do? Because you guys are pretty far away from it still.
So I will go to the bow and keep an eye on that area as we get closer to see if I can discern more details. Because it could, maybe it's something under the surface of the water that would be a hazard for the boat or something like that.
Okay.
Or
do you
maybe
tell
it's just animal.
anyone so there's more eyes on it, or do you keep it to yourself? It's totally fine if you keep it to yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it to myself until I have more detail.
Okay.
I'm not gonna wait until we're right up on it, obviously, but
Okay.
yeah.
So as you get closer, you recognize it as what you think is a small steam craft. Looks like the back end of it is underwater, and the bow's kind of like upwards, so it's like at an angle like this
Oh
in
my
the
gosh.
water right now. You think that's what you're seeing, and the thing that triggers that recognition isn't necessarily the boat, because it could have just been a really weird log. It's actually the iridescent oil slick that surrounds the wreckage that tips you off to this being a boat and not just a weird log.
Yeah, so I'll wave up, both hands up to the I guess whoever's supposed to be the watcher for the boat, and signal ahead and say there's something submerged ahead.
Okay.
I think it's another steam craft.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll continue watching. I'll get a pole ready so that if we get close to it, I can make sure we don't hit it.
Okay. So you all, now that you've recognized it as a boat, Squint decides to steer closer to it. 1, to find out which boat it was. 2, if there were any survivors. 3, if there's any stuff that can be salvaged.
Salvage is
Yeah.
Loot the body.
Loot the body. Loot the wood body.
Yeah. The boat corpse.
Okay. If you'll give me just a moment, I will be right back. Maybe somebody should go wake up Emmett.
I'll do it.
I will make my way upstairs and kind of knock very gently on the door. Don't do it, please. Just kind of.
What?
It's me. Are you okay?
I am sore on the insides that I haven't had for a while, but other than that, nothing more than a bottle of wine won't fix.
I don't have wine, but I do have some of the swamp juice.
No. I'm good. I'm awake.
I do
That
have
is-
some.
That
I have
is
some
poison.
tea. I know, that's why I kept it so I can set things on fire.
You can use it to clean metal.
I know, that's also why I got it.
I have bottle of wine. I always have bottle of wine.
They found something, or Yashiram
who?
spotted
Where?
outside.
Of course it's
on the other.
outside. What is it?
It looks like a boat.
A boat on the water? I'm standing up at this point in time. Unholstering my pistol.
Kind of halfway submerged in the water. It looks like a wreck.
A boat in the water.
Yes.
In. In.
We're doing all this talking through a door, because I have not opened it yet.
Oh, you went
'Cause
inside to a room?
No, I was sleeping on the deck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Never
so I'm
mind.
just imagining you're knocking on the deck.
Oh, okay.
Or the
Yeah.
wall next to it. I'm gonna...
I got real down low and kind of wiggled across the boards and then was knocking on it next to your head. Full stretch laid out.
Alright, I'll get myself together and follow her.
Down to the front. Boop, boop, boop. Down
Okay.
to the front.
So everyone's attention, I'm assuming at this point,
Yes.
has been drawn to the wreckage of this other steamship.
Yep.
It's a little bit smaller than the one you're on right now. And it definitely looks like there was some sort of attack involved. Let's see. As you approach, you can see definitely that there are signs of some sort of fighting on the deck. You see what you think might be broken pieces of the boat, and what may be some sort of blood stains around places. So as you approach, I'll give you guys the opportunity to decide if any of you want to go over and actually inspect the boat, or just stay on your current one and look from a short distance.
So it's at an angle in the water, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stern is definitely underwater.
Is that the front of the boat?
No, it's the
No,
back.
the back of the boat.
Where the-
Not.
Essentially, the engine room is underwater at this point.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, if we can safely be on the other boat, I would want to go over and inspect a little bit closer.
Okay.
Yeah, relatively safely.
Squint warns you to be, careful as you go. If this boat's not, if it's imbalanced in the water, it could flip out, it could capsize. So to, walk steady.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go with him.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything?
No, I'm good.
I will keep overwatch on them.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
same.
excellent. Yashiram and Emmett carefully step over onto the other ship. It does not. It looks like the nameplate is underwater, so the Squint is gonna try to figure out whose boat this actually was. While you two are inspecting the rest of the boat, go ahead and roll your perception checks for searching the boat.
Good lord.
13.
Oh yeah.
20.
Yeah. Okay. 12 was all you needed. So good job, John.
Yay.
It's very clear now that you're on the boat. There are gashes and claw marks on the wood, in the wood of the boat.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
The things you thought were bloodstains turn out to definitely be bloodstains and blood splashes and blood drips.
This looks exactly like what the Swampies were saying the Gatormen did.
I'm going to put my hand up next to the claw mark, and I'm going to be looking for 5 claw marks. One that would represent each finger plus a thumb.
Gosh.
I mean, if they're Gatormen, they might have all 5 fingers, 4 fingers and a thumb. If
There are 4.
does one of them look like they might be a thumb claw?
Yes.
I'll be touching it like some sort of crocodile Dundee hunter. No, better yet, what was the Australian dude who was really awesome?
Steve Irwin.
I'm going to pull Steve Irwin and lean down. Da.
Too soon.
Da.
Too soon.
Gatorman. Gatorman.
So, and as he's saying that, John, you actually, let me see, as he's got his, like, doing his whole whatever up on the scratches. You turn the corner, and you happen to see a scaly, green-clawed hand on the boat's tilted deck. It looks to have been cleanly severed.
Good.
And from a
man.
large humanoid creature. So as you are like putting your hand up there to the John, do you pick it up?
Oh man, yeah, I snatched that. I snatched that and hold it up to the
You pick
claw
it up,
marks.
and then he comes back around the corner and slaps this severed hand.
Oh god.
Gatorman hand.
It's three quote unquote fingers and 1 thumb.
All right, I will look into him
Can
and
you tell if they have pants? Right now you just have the hand, so the answer is no. You can't
We're
tell.
getting there. We just gotta find the rest of the body.
I will look to your Shearman and say with him at the same time, Gatorman.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold on to the hand unless you really want it.
Oh, I'm gonna keep it and cure it and take it back to the Swampies and show my friends all about the Gatorman.
Dude, I know how to turn that into an ashtray. That would be awesome.
You
Okay.
guys are weird.
But we have to give it back to the bartender. at the-
Totally. An ashtray bartender gator hand.
Yeah. Okay, so Emmett and I are gonna have some arts and craft time later.
So do you all continue to explore?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No. I mean, whoa, wait. I mean, yeah.
What he says, yeah.
We figured it out.
Well,
Gatorman. Time
Gatorman.
To go now.
No, but you do remember the 3 things. Find out who the ship was, if there are any survivors, and then loot the corpse of the ship.
Oh, right. My objective was to find out.
But you all have found out. So if you want to stop right there, that's totally cool.
We found out that the Gatormen attacked it. Now we need to look for survivors. Okay. I guess we can look below deck.
Okay. You enter below the deck, and it's a very short walk before you reach the water line. Curiously, you see what looks to be a very nice, almost very circular hole that's about what looks like it would be a foot underneath the boat's normal water line. And the only reason you can see it is because daylight's shining through.
I bang on the boat really nearby. Anybody here? And I start counting down from 10 to 1. As I'm doing that, I'm heading toward to get the fuck out.
You
9. Anyone here? Knock, knock, knock. 7. Knock, knock, knock. Because I'm now looking at Yashirim and be like, we need to go. We need to go now.
So
we need to be watching our boat.
You will know enough because you've been in several naval battles. That looks like somebody may have done a battering ram through the base of the hull to
Yes.
sink it on purpose.
Exactly. So we need to get out of here right now. So, Yashirim, what's happened? You're like, when I look at you and be like, let's go. And you're like, no, we got to look for other people. I'm like, fine. I'm going to go take a look down. And I plop down in there at some moment. For whatever reason, maybe you're looking back in the boat yelling something at them. And then I'm coming out going, we've got to go now. And I jump out and I say, they're going to pop a hole. They popped the hole in the bottom of this boat. They'll do that to us if we stick around for too long.
So as you're doing that, because you rolled really high for your perception check.
Yeah.
As you're doing that, you're like, we have to go right now. You see at the bow of the ship that a flat chest is loosely tied down with rope.
That means it's farther up the boat from us.
It's it's out of the water. So
Right.
yeah. And it's about maybe 10 feet away.
Is it leather bound?
It is not leather bound.
Is it sealed so it looks like it's waterproof?
Yes.
Okay. We can't stay here. Okay, in character. We cannot stay here. They use ram underwater to pop hole in sink boat. No fix, not here. We have to go soon. But that's loot, and I think there's valuables in there that we could use. And I'm torn. I want to rob, but I want to run.
How much does that chest look like it weighs?
That's not a problem. All right, so we're
Let's grab it and go.
I'm just asking.
So Emmett admits to me, his good friend, his only non-magical companion, that he wants to take the loot and run, and he doesn't know which one to do.
Right.
So I grab him by both shoulders, I look him dead in the eyes, and I say, Emmett, we don't have to choose. And I start heading towards, I jog off towards the chest that he gestured over to. Like, we gotta get this and then run.
okay. How is it tied down?
It's tied down loosely with rope.
Can we cut them easily?
I pull out my wakizashi as I run up to it
Yeah.
and
Can I
slash
quick
the
draw my
bonds.
pistol and shoot one?
I
No,
wouldn't
not
make
gonna
no
do
noise.
that.
Jeez.
No, well, you know what? Go ahead and do one more perception check.
18.
You pull out your gun to shoot, and then you realize it's a long, flat, sealed chest.
It's gonna be our boat back. I'm just gonna float it back over.
It's ammunition.
Oh shit.
I put the pistol back. Cause shooting it's
you
a
got
bad
because you
idea.
got over a 15, so there you go.
I'll pull
You're
out
pretty
a knife
sure.
I'll pull out
You're
a knife
pretty
and
sure.
help cut. We'll slide it once it's cut. We'll slide it down the inclined deck into the water and start floating it across.
Okay.
I'll assume that it can float on its own.
Mm-hmm.
We can have somebody throw a couple lines over
Yep.
and we can tie it to
it. They can pull it over and then we can go across. Yeah. So we're gonna, and two people are gonna have eyes in the water at all time, watching
Yep.
both sides of our boat in the water. We're gonna be looking down the length of both the sides of the boat, watching the water.
Doing it. Got it.
All right. So you all successfully haul the square. Well, it's not even square. It's a long. Basically, it's about maybe 6 inches deep.
Mm-hmm.
Like the actual chest itself is about 6 inches deep, and it's about 3 feet long. So if you want, and maybe about a foot wide. So it's like a long rectangle. So if you guys wanted to carry it, you probably could. Without a whole lot of difficulty, but sliding it down down the boat, then like shifting it up and over into the thing, that's totally cool. So you all successfully get what you think is the ammunition box onto the ship. And then it convince everyone that very easily that yes, this was a Gator Man attack, and it was not an accident.
I got a hand. I got a Gator Man hand.
Did you find any pants?
No pants were found.
I instruct the captain. They pop holes in the bottom of the boat. We need to keep people watching both sides of the boat in the water. That's how they bring people down. And I'm going to start giving Thomasina a fast lesson on what to look for in the water. Like watching the shore, watching in the water, stuff like that. So, we're ready to get underway. I don't really care to open the chest just yet until we can get a distance away from this situation.
Okay.
For fear of them coming after us. I will be swapping out Thomasina. I'll take the rifle. She'll have the pistol.
Okay. So, okay. you all are able to get past the rest of the wreckage, and Squint says that it looks like whoever's this was, they actually ripped off the nameplate, so maybe that somebody stole this boat. And then tried to cover it up. And you all are able to get past this first lake and are back in the narrower part of the river, heading northwards towards the next, hopefully, the second of the two lakes.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see.
Yeah, so I would have been listening to Emmett's instructions to Thomasina so that I could also have a more accurate idea of what I'm looking for. Because he saw the damage caused.
And I also assume the Syrixians would do underwater boat attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And so for them to wait for you to get in the shallows and then try to pop a hole in your boat to sink you, the undead don't need to worry about swimming and breathing underwater, so if they can drag you underwater, you're going to kill you. So I would relay that kind of level of knowledge from that situation, what to be looking for.
Okay.
Because that's some scary shit.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So you all are past it. You've educated everyone. How do you guys want to... Do you guys want to continue your watch now that you're past it? Or what? Tell me what you guys are doing now.
I think we should keep watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, just because in this area, just because they weren't right there, doesn't mean they're not still in the area. So.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean we got a hand. Now we got to get the rest.
Okay.
Now we gotta collect the rest.
I will require a dice roll on perception at this point.
Ooh. 33. That was a nat 20.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's really
And
good.
I go the opposite way. 9.
Did you roll a 1? Sorry, Robin, you kind of cut out.
Yes, that's because I muted.
Okay.
I got a 4.
Okay.
Because I've got the bonus for alertness because Nox is with me. Plus I've got a 2 racial to visual.
Okay.
Percent.
Sarah, John, what'd you guys get?
I got a 24.
I got a 28.
Okay.
Nice.
I got a 25.
Awesome. So, what do you guys want to do other than keep a very tight watch on what's going on around you?
Check the box.
Okay.
Is it locked?
It is locked.
Can I pick the lock? Is it trapped? 17.
Let me make sure.
Sorry, 18. I'm my level in rogue.
Okay, yes, there is a trap.
Okay, I want to disable the device.
Okay.
I'm actually really good at that. That's a 16.
Okay, so you failed.
Okay. Is there a save throw?
Yes, fort save.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to make it. I got a 10.
You do not make it.
Oh, no.
Roll 1d4.
2.
You take 3 con damage.
Awesome.
Holy shit!
Okay, that means I lose my level times 2 in hit points. I lose 10 hit points.
Okay.
And 3 con. Alright, does it say temporary or permanent next to it?
I think it's supposed to be temporary.
Yeah, if it doesn't say permanent, then it's temporary
Yeah.
damage, and it's going to take me 3 days to recuperate from that.
Okay. Yeah, man, it hurt.
Yeah,
It
I
hurt
pull
a
my
lot.
hand back and just start, shaking with it.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you roll? You rolled a
2.
No, I meant for your DC to disable it.
16.
Okay, so yeah, sorry. I just finally found the real number. I was looking at this one, so I want to make sure that.
That's it. So yeah, I didn't even find it, and I didn't I didn't find it, so I set it off automatically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, I I rolled a 16. I missed it by 4, so I mean that's a good trap. DC 20.
Yeah.
Holy
So-
shit.
Okay. So yeah, you have hurt yourself. But it looks like the worst of it's over? Question mark?
I hope so. Actually, it's not, because I'll take another D4 in con. It's
Yeah.
I took 1 point of damage plus a D4 in con.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then just 2. I apologize. So 1 point of damage and then
2 points of con.
That was my
Okay,
bad.
so I lose 5 hit points. Then I'll lose another D4 in con within. Oh no, I made my fort save. No, I didn't. It was a 12. I needed a 12. I got a 10. Man, I rolled shit that time.
You did.
Um,
I will allow you to roll another fort save to bypass
yeah, when it comes to that, I make another fort
Yep.
save. If I fail that, I take another D4 in con.
Yep.
And that's generally like within a minute to an hour.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. I make that one.
Okay.
I'm like pissed now because it just stabbed me and I realize
Your
it's poisoned.
finger is purple.
It's in pain and
It is
everything.
purple and it's swollen. Oh, hey, thank you very much. Hi, Relativity Pod. Good to see you.
Hello.
So, yeah, you, oh my gosh, yeah,
I'm
you
in pain.
fucked yourself over real good. What would you like to do next?
Pull my gun out and blow the fucking lock off.
Are you sure?
No, of course not. I'm gonna take a crowbar to it like a weed. I'm just gonna try picking it again.
Okay.
The strap's been, since it doesn't say that it resets, that means it's sprung. So I can now just open the chest like normal without the fear of getting
Right, yeah.
17 plus 12.
You managed to
29.
unlock it now. Without any problems.
I
Now that
stand
the
up.
needle's out of the
I stand
way.
up. I'm like, son of a, and I begin stomping with my boot. Gush, 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 until it finally pops the lock.
That's one way to open a lock.
Can I cast neutralize poison on him? With that, you said it was a poison, right?
Yes.
It is a poison.
I do
Let's double
believe.
check on that, because I don't know if that's really going to... Here, you can go over.
I mean, I have a healer's kit too. I made sure to get one of those before we left.
Yeah.
We'll check real quick.
Oh my gosh. Or that one. Yeah. What did we said?
Neutralize poison.
Oh gosh, in EU.
The healer's kit is after the effect, so it might not work, but neutralize poison actually might remove the effects. Let's take a look real quick. You detoxify any sort of venom in the creature and object touched if the target is... Oh. If the target is a creature, you must make save against the DC. The poison infecting as such means the poison is
Get out of
neutralized.
there.
Cured creature suffers no additional effects from the poison. Any temporary effects are ended. So yeah, if
Okay,
he
so yeah.
rolls a d20 plus his caster level and he beats
A 12.
12, I no longer have the loss of constitution. I still took the 1 point of damage though.
Okay.
Excellent.
So,
Alright.
yeah, Agon, you notice right away that his finger is now swollen and purple, and it looks like, either he's having an allergic reaction or there was a poison trap in there that is now impacting him pretty heavily.
Yeah, I'll investigate to make sure that it is a poison,
Yes.
and then
It is most definitely a poison.
I'll detoxify it, neutralize the poison.
Okay.
I rolled a 10 plus caster level, you said?
Yes.
Yes.
So it'd be 16.
Okay, yeah, you passed, and so you get your, the con impact is, negated, so you're okay.
I'm sitting there like shaking my hand because this still hurts.
He comes up and he takes your finger and he sucks the poison out of it. No, I'm just kidding.
Hold on, let me check. What level spell was that? I gotta see. I might not even be able to use it yet.
Well, remember, you do have your
Oh, it's
amulet.
3rd level, so I can use it, yes.
Okay, good. Because if you didn't, you do have your amulet that you could use one of its charges to assist you in
Okay.
your work.
While I'm dealing with this, somebody should open the box so all my pain is not in vain.
Sure, I'll open the box.
I mean, we just lost a 3rd level spell to this.
You open a box and inside you find pre-packaged military rifle ammunition.
Oh, I'm in heaven.
Man, it's too bad we don't all have military rifles.
How many? Like, how many are there?
Let's see.
1,000 cartridges.
There's a lot.
A lot.
I'm just gonna
There's a
sit
lot.
next. Just gonna sit next to this thing. It's
There's a lot.
Well, we have to shoot. Just,
Now listen, you think... Hold on a second. How many is this? Give me 1 second.
I mean, if it's 6 inches deep and
So, you
3
think...
feet wide.
Well, it's yeah, so you, at first you're like, oh, there's 3 dozen in here. That's fantastic. And then you realize, wait, these are not long enough. And then you, like, with your sore finger, you just, like, you find the sides, and yep, there's sides. And you lift it up, and there's another 3 dozen. And you...
how many trays are in this box?
2.
2 trays of 3 dozen.
3 dozen.
Oh my goodness.
Calm down. Are you feeling a little
I'm
faint?
about to faint. Emmett would be really excited. Emmett wouldn't be excited. He'd just be like acknowledging this is a boon. But Emmett, me as a player is just like, oh, the ammo.
Yeah,
Just to
check
let
and
you
see
guys
how much it's
know.
worth. Each round, right here.
Yeah, 10 to 12 gold pieces per shot. So
That's a
this
fortune.
This is a lot of money.
That is
Somebody
a-
spent a lot of money to make this. I'm gonna check for military markings on this box to make sure this is because if
Yeah.
we start shooting
Okay,
off military,
go ahead and do another perception check. I will allow this, but you gotta find it.
24.
Okay, you are looking for a mark, and then you realize that maybe it's at the bottom. So you lift out the other tray, and you see the seal of the Signarin King. However, it's the Signarin King that was deposed.
Oh, never mind. It's all good. He got kicked out. I remember. I was kind of like not really here, but I heard all about it.
Yes.
Oh shit.
It would be cheaper to fire cold coins. Like, there's no joke. The Iron Kingdoms, man. In the Iron Kingdoms, if you want to fire a gun, you better be right up there and making that headshot and blowing somebody's brains out. Because if you don't, it's not worth it.
Yeah, they
But
really.
yeah, but even if you were firing gold coins, you still have to pay for the
The gunpowder.
propellant. Yeah,
That's the
that's
expensive,
the expensive part.
They wanted to make it to where the ammunition is expensive and the gun is expensive so that people aren't jumping out just going guns glory. Guns glory. In fact, like the rifle that my character got, he stole it. He connived. He buried it in a shallow grave. He lied to people. He got beat up and drunk, thrown in jail over it. And now I have me a military rifle. I worked for that 750 gold piece rifle. And it's 20 rounds of ammunition.
And now you have a lot.
Oh God, I have so much bullets.
You actually have, you know what, actually it's 80, I apologize. 40 on top, 40 on bottom, so it's...
It's fine, 80
yeah.
rounds of ammunition. It's so much
Good
bullets.
Lord.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah. But, you didn't see a rifle on that ship.
Wow, wow.
that means the Gatormen have rifles.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do
Or
their
the
fingers
undead
fit
do.
in the trigger guard?
I don't know, you have a hand.
I know.
So,
So-
who here has, does anyone have a praise?
I do!
I have a
don't.
plus 10 on my appraise. What do you got?
I'm a merchant's daughter.
You should have a
Two.
praise.
I
Three.
have a plus 11, and I just rolled an 18, so 29.
Well, I got a 22, so I'll assist her in that roll.
Okay, so he is googling over those like rounds of information. He is so excited, so happy. You remember how Nefera was with the
Very emotional night
Razorbats?
for Emmett.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
think that. He just found his
Excellent.
little babies. However, you notice the trap is a poison needle trap, and it has more than one charge. It can be reset. There's a tiny little reservoir of this poison that it recoats every time the needle is reset.
Oh, that's fantastic. How many more charges does it look like it has? Have.
It looks like it should have, you know, it only needs a little bit at a time, so it looks like it should have at least 10 more charges at least. You're not, and that's an estimation because you don't really know how much poison gets coated on it. But it's this
Right.
tiny little like bullet, plastic kind of piece where the needle just like goes through and gets coated, and as it gets reset, then it'll pooch out again. So you could use a lot. The important part is that this device, this is like a really fancy clockwork device. You know this kinds of stuff. You know how this set up. Your father may have even made this. It doesn't have a mark on it or anything because it's military. So it
Right.
doesn't have the maker's mark of whoever would have made it. But this is something
Right.
that your father could do. He's that talented.
Okay.
But a market value on this, just on this case, and really, honestly, if you wanted to just take the poison needle trap off of it, you could sell
Right.
just that for 1,000 gold pieces. Minimum. You're
Okay.
pretty positive.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Use up the carpenter's tools and separate this lock from this case.
So,
No, the whole case. No, you want to keep the case intact.
you can keep
Because
the
this
case
is-
intact, but if you needed to just, hack and slash to get that trap off, you could get the trap off, and they'll still buy it for like 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could just take the trap off. I mean, my disabled device is a +11. So,
Yeah. So you've essentially you critted on that because you exceeded the DC as far as I'm like by a lot. So yeah, this is a big deal. The whole thing is a big fucking deal. So congratulations,
yeah.
people.
Yeah. I mean, I don't need that many bullets. We'll sell what we can't. Actually, we'll take them to Pike's.
yeah.
You could.
I'm pretty sure he'll...
Pits.
Pits.
Or you could, keep them at home, stored safely in case you need them.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
bury them in a cellar and then take
You
some out
bury
whenever
them
we...
in somebody's
No.
grave, and then when you need more bullets, you just bury. You
I
dig it
only
back
need
up.
one box. The other
That's great.
box
Yeah.
for 40 bullets. That's at least 200 gold pieces right there. I mean, yeah, sure.
Would
I
you
guess
like
I
me-
could keep them. I don't know.
To keep them for a rainy day, maybe.
I'll
Who knows?
keep the bullets for a rainy day
For a
when I want bullets to
bloody
rain.
day when you want bullets to rain down. Yep, on your enemies. All right, so
Have
I'm
we
going to
discovered
say
Gatling guns yet?
right.
Sounds like a project for you, Inari.
Let's see. Do we want to keep going? This is a time check for the players. Like,
I mean, if the next thing is going to be like a major encounter, then we should probably
yeah.
hold off
I
until.
think I'm gonna leave it at
This is a good note.
this. Well, actually, I will leave it a little further in the future. So you all have found this chest, but you all are also hyper aware that there might be somebody following you, or tracking you, or watching you.
Yeah, Gatormen.
Gatormen.
Yeah.
These
no
these
shit.
elusive Gatormen. You know that they exist now because you've seen the evidence of what they do, and you have one of their hands.
Mhm.
So they
true.
are real things. As you all are moving, closer, you have taken about an hour now. It's been an hour since your adventures with the sunken ship. Everything's moving along. It's fucking hot, and the wind has stopped, blowing. So it's just this like oppressive mugginess that just overwhelms everyone. You're sweating bullets. Just as you're trying to keep your attention on what's around you. Jay, you were the one that critted, right?
Yes.
So you're starting to notice signs of quote unquote civilization. We're gonna and when I say that, I mean not real civilization, but it looks like something people have, or some kind of people have made adjustments to the shoreline. There are, things have kind of either been cut away, or there's massive growths that have been shaped in such ways that you don't necessarily think it was naturally grown like that. and as you move a little bit, the boat keeps chugging along slowly but surely, and you feel like there's something out there very close. And that gut feeling is just gnawing at you and gnawing at you. And then you see it. You see there are 3 sets of eyes that are glowing. You know how the light reflects off of them? You see it and this is like 50 yards away. So you're seeing this, and then when you look up, you see what appears to be like some sorts of like man, for all intents and purposes, man-made lines that are attached to something, and then you see there's a tree that's been shaped, that's been cut, and it's attached to the line, and it looks like as if they cut that line, it's gonna swing down and punch a hole in the ship. So there's another trap coming up.
We are not alone. There is a trap in front of us. It's in front of us, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to point the trap out to everybody.
Okay.
Is this a good
And there's
point?
eyes
This is a
up
good
there.
stopping point.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
So that's what you see, and you draw attention, and we stop the game.
Wow.
Game over, man. You guys are about to get
Game over,
waylaid
man.
by
Game
some
over.
by some gatormen unless you can do some fancy footwork, fancy talking. But Jay noticed.
Yeah.
With your fucking crit, Jay, you noticed it. Normally, in the encounter, you're not supposed to catch it until it's too late to stop.
Ooh.
Because of your crit and with your perception, you are able to stop the boat, get them to stop the boat before it actually would be too late for the attack. So
Right.
that gives you
Awesome.
guys some wiggle room. Oh, and you know what? Hold on a second. Here's the thing.
Yes.
In the pictures, there's only one picture of the Gator Man, and it's this black and white thing. And do you want to know something really fucked up?
He's wearing pants.
Not wearing
The
pants.
area, the section where you would find out if there's pants or not, is covered
cut off.
with growth. Like like they're standing in
Cliffhanger.
Oh, we
And,
will
so-
take a picture of it, and I just busted my knee.
Yeah.
We'll take a picture of the Gatorman, and we'll post it.
Yeah. So at this point,
Tuesday.
we'll see if we can find it. Yeah.
Hang on.
So
No
I just imagine.
squids were injured in the making of this podcast. This is a squid-free podcast.
I imagine with
Go to
Egon's
Google.
role, he was
Oh,
peering
that's
off
why,
into the
because it's-
swamp,
Yeah.
and a man-sized fish head came up and said, "It's a trap!" Pointed over towards.
Admiral?
Waved a fin. Waved a fin towards or no, is this a dream type
just wanna see
hallucination type fish? So it actually has hands.
Okay, so
But human hands.
I actually did a Google search of the Gator Men in Iron Kingdoms,
Yeah.
and it looks like pants are not a thing.
They're wearing
Is it a
loincloths.
loincloth?
Yes, some of them. Others don't bother. So
That one's wearing a cloak, but no pants.
yeah, this one they're
no
wearing
pants.
they're wearing arm guards and bracers and stuff, but no pants.
John just said it's like an evil Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, because he's wearing a cloak, but no pants. Cloaks are evil. So, like,
You gotta
Yeah, I
like
guess
save
we're
it down.
close.
So the pants question is definitively solved. No, they
no
do not
pants.
in fact wear pants.
At least we found
I tried.
the answer by the end of the.
Sorry,
episode.
I figure you guys need at least one answer, so there you
We
go.
do.
They are not
One
wearing
answer.
pants.
one cliffhanger down.
You're welcome. Well, okay. So,
We're gonna end it here, but we got to reiterate some stuff real quick about
Yeah.
a change to our format.
coming soon, most likely November-ish, is when we are changing our game streaming format. We are, instead of rotating games, like 1 week it's Iron Kingdoms, 1 week it's Shadowrun, 1 week it's Bridgeworld, because that might be coming for your enjoyment as well. We're going to be running a chapter of a game all at once. So for maybe between a month to 2 months of time to go through and play just one game, one role-playing game, and get through a chapter of whatever we're playing, leave on a cool cliffhanger, slash climax, that kind of stuff for the next thing to come along. And then move on to the next game. So in November, in October, we're going to be wrapping up the final loose ends of our Shadowrun game. And then in November, we're going to be picking up Iron Kingdoms, and we're going to be running Iron Kingdoms until they're done with the part 2 of 3 with the modules of the Witchfire trilogy. And then in January, January, February, we'll be picking Shadowrun back up again. So we're going to kind of trade off. We're going to essentially be doing the same thing because we're still playing all of our games, but we've kind of found that it's been difficult GM-wise for us to really be able to get in every time on our games, and so we want to build, that kind of feeling of continuity with our role playing. And so in order to do that, we're going to be focusing on one game for a certain amount of time, and then we'll switch back to another game, and then switch to another game. So we'll have a rotation of probably about 2 to 3 games at a time, and that way, every couple months we'll be switching back to Shadowrun or switching back to Iron Kingdoms. And I think that's going to work out a little bit better for you guys. So that way, when you're all coming in to watch, you can keep up with everything too. You don't have to, think back, oh, what happened last month? I don't remember,
Same benefit for the players.
Yes. So we're going to try it out, and we're going to see how that works for us and how that works for you guys, and if you enjoy it. And, hopefully that will be, hopefully it'll be better all the way around. So
it will be better all the way around for continuity and comfort.
Yeah, we won't spend 15 minutes recapping the previous session and trying to remember what exactly happened.
Yeah. But also, and then the other awesome part, we are affiliates of Twitch now, so you can give us bits like Relative D-Pod did. Thank you very much, Relative and Radio, who gave us some bits earlier. We really appreciate that. You can make sure to follow us, and so that way whenever we go live, you'll be notified, and then you can come over and hang out with us while we play our games. And if you're feeling super generous, you can also subscribe to our channel, and very soon, within the next couple weeks, I should have enough time to actually set up our Streamlabs for donations and other cool effects for when you guys give us bits, so I'm excited about that.
Heck yeah.
And I think that's all I got. I think
that's pretty much it.
Oh, and let's see. This coming
schedule.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be over on Shadowcasters Network playing Misspent Youth. This coming Wednesday on Original Box Set over here with us, we're gonna be doing our Pathfinder 2.0 playtest. Cliff from the Arcology podcast and Shadowcasters Network is gonna be with us for that game session, and then this Saturday, going over to Shadowcasters Network, my husband will be soloing this time because I'm going to Disney World. The Shattered Isles. We're gonna have some cool videos and stuff with the both of us, so I will be there in spirit. But yeah, so I'm really excited. Good times. You'll be able to see our schedule going to originalboxset.com. We have our calendar up, and that's going to give all of the information where you can find us and when. I think that's all. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Heck yeah.
And we will see you on Wednesday. That's right.
Good night.
You're here.
Bye.
Bye.
Toots.